This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hello, Hobie listeners. September 22nd through the 24th, we will be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo at the Duke Energy Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. You should be there. Not only will Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo be there, but also from the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones, David Bradley will be there. So bring a sword.
Walter Gray.
Ben Peter will be there from Face Off, and a hell of a nice guy too. And Jason Isaacs. Everybody loves Jason Isaacs.
Oh, yeah. If you're a Harry Potter fan, he was Lucius Malfoy. He was in the Peter Pan movie. I remember that. That was good.
Also, Dirk Manning from Nightmare World, the comic book. Wallace Shawn is going to be there.
Inconceivable.
Kurt Wood will be there from the Oh Yeah comics. Also, Scoot McMahon from Oh Yeah comics. Gotta love Oh Yeah comic. Jay Fosgett. He is Dev's friend, so we'll give him some slack, but everyone loves him. And many, many more. That's September 22nd through September 24th. You can go to the Cincinnati Comic Expo to get your tickets. And when you're there, look for Hobie. Please note the thoughts, opinions, jokes, and every other bad taste that the guest and the host of Hobie, aka the History of Bad Ideas, is of their own, is not associated with any companies they may work for, any firms they work with, any advertisers, or anybody else in general. Remember, it's just a joke.
Alright. It's about comic books and movies, growing up with Rokusuke, Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale is just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Jeff defends Aquaman, Blake's just not listening.
What?
Jason impersonates Michael Keaton.
Some people just want to watch World Buzz.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Blake's
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got
Jason
one more.
just loves him some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's a history of bad.
So bad.
It's a history of bad ideas. It's a history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's a history of bad. LaCroix. It's a history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 187. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
And Jeannie was supposed to be here today. But what do we say about Skype right now?
Lady Space Violence.
Yes.
Yes, we hate Skype right now.
Skype.
We had some technical issues, so she will not be here. So don't turn off. She will be here in 2 weeks, as long as we can fucking get Skype working. Fucking updates.
Skype decided to update on a computer that can't take the update.
Yes.
And it's just not a good update to begin with.
Microsoft versus Apple. Apple versus Microsoft. Microsoft bought Skype. Skype sucks.
Skype's awful.
Skype is not FaceTime.
But we at least
FaceTime's
have
not
us. We have us.
Yeah,
here.
I'm out. See you later.
Okay. See you, Blake.
I really wanted to talk to Jeannie. It's really the only reason I showed up this week.
I wanted to ask how she got her nickname, her podcast personality.
We talked about that before.
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
So it's a bummer, but we're going to have a good day. Good episode. Here we go.
We're going to carry on.
In the tradition of
Tally-ho.
Jeannie, we are going to do a great show. Let's see here. I did have something. I was walking.
Thanks for putting the pressure on us now.
I know.
Thanks.
We owe it to our listeners to give them our best effort.
So I was.
I usually give 75% because that's what females get paid. So I feel like I should only give 75%.
No, you should be giving 130% more than what the women give, since you're getting paid that much more.
Are you talking about podcast redistribution?
Yes.
I was walking downtown about a week ago, and I remember back to our old episode. There was a guy walking, and he had a Hard Rock Cafe shirt from Osaka. You know, we did an episode about the girl from Osaka.
Yes, the girl from Osaka.
I just want to let you guys know there's a Hard Rock in Osaka.
I haven't been there.
This guy
I've been to the
has,
one in
supposedly.
Tokyo, though.
Really?
I have, yeah.
On purpose? Hard Rock's awful.
Yeah, on purpose.
This episode's sponsored by Hard Rock.
I bought drumsticks there for the rock band for the girls to use for the drums.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant drumsticks, like chicken drumsticks. I don't think this
No.
would have done well over the seas.
No, chicken wings done outside of the United States does not do chicken wings justice. Just like hamburgers. They're probably like, Americans like chicken wings, these suck.
I feel like anything you buy at the Hard Rock looks like drumsticks. Just nasty. Sorry, Hard Rock. When you want really bad food
when you're-
with records all around
When
you.
you're
Going to Hard Rock for food? That's your
no.
first mistake.
Well, I'm not going to Hard Rock to begin with. so-
when you're in Tokyo and they keep offering you seaweed to eat, you're gonna go buy a burger at the Hard Rock.
You wimp.
Uncooked fish and seaweed. You're like, what the fuck, man?
Let's see here. Any up downs this week? Blake, you start. What's an up or a down?
I have an up, and it's called, despite the fact that the Chicago Cubs beat my beloved Cleveland Indians, I do give them props for giving Steve Bartman a World Series ring.
Did they really? I didn't hear
Yes,
that.
they did. They gave him an exact replica of the same rings that the players got, except for the player's name, it says his name, Bartman.
I saw that.
Because if you go back to, what was it, about 10 years ago, 2000 something or other, about that time,
2001.
where the Cubs were destined for the World Series at that time, and he went up to catch the foul ball that 10 other Cub fans were trying to catch too in the exact same place. It's just that he happened to get his hand on
It
it.
hit him first.
And then the Cubs went to blow like, the next
Again.
3 outs and the next runs and innings. And it wasn't his fault, but
Alex Gonzalez.
they made him the scapegoat unfairly, and an entire city of a couple million people hated him.
Which
If
is
that-
why the Cubs didn't deserve to win
That's
last
right.
year.
That's correct.
If Alex Gonzalez would have fielded a ball at shortstop, it would have been a mute point. And even Moises Alou said, I probably would have caught it anyways.
I wouldn't have caught it anyways.
So, fuck the Cubs.
He was
But we
doing what
appreciate you Chicago fan
He was doing what
listeners.
every Chicago fan did in that same section, and that was they all tried to catch the damn foul ball.
So, what's your up this week?
Steve Bartman got a
Oh,
World
okay.
Series ring, and he actually has a press release to go with it from him,
What is
which
Steve-
is actually very nice. It's a long diatribe about, thanks, this is great, blah, 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 but in the end, it's like a lesson in scapegoating and not picking on a person and respecting people's privacy.
He also has a P.S. Thank you for stopping the death threats against myself, Steve Bartman.
No, that wasn't in the PS. That was near the end. The PS was, and fuck you.
Jeff, what's your up?
This weekend, I saw for the first time the Kingsman Secret Service.
Oh, did you
saw
like
it
it?
finally?
I finally saw that, and I enjoyed it.
Good.
Did you like the heads exploding at the end?
Oh, that was great.
That was
It
hilarious.
awesome. They're exploding to the music. And
Yes.
Samuel L. Jackson was even amusing in it.
Yes. No, I.
No, he was the worst part of that.
He was
that
the worst
movie.
part, but at least he was amusing a little
kind
bit.
of, yeah.
But I enjoyed the lady with the razor legs.
Yes, she was awesome.
That was pretty cool. It's a different concept.
I do not want Colin Firth coming back.
Yeah, that's my down. Is now after seeing that and the reports that Colin Firth will be in the sequel.
Yeah, it's like, are they completely ignoring the first one, or this is a prequel?
No, it's a sequel. I feel like it's the Legend of Curly's Gold, City Slickers 2. It's just going to be his
It's
brother.
his brother. I think he's going to come back as a cyborg.
It was a clone.
Was there a worse? I think it might be a hologram. Was there a worst idea for City Slickers 2? Was let's put the brother. Let's just make him a brother since he was the best part of the first one. Horrible idea.
No, City Slickers 2 was a horrible idea.
It was not a good idea.
I mean, we
Bruno-
don't need sequels for every successful movie.
Who's the one that didn't come back? Bruno Mars, Franco,
Bruno Kirby?
Kirby.
Bruno
There it is.
Kirby didn't even come
Bruno
back.
Mars.
Yes, it was Bruno Mars did not come back, or Kirby, whatever his name is. He did not come back for the
Are they
second
doing
one.
a sequel to When Harry Met Sally? It was like When Harry Divorced Sally.
She was crazy. So was he. And he was
So they were meant
rude.
for each other.
He was spitting
Yeah.
seeds out the window. What the hell is that crap?
Where else are you supposed to?
No, when he's eating the grapes in the beginning, he's spitting them and it's just going against the window. God,
Oh, he's spitting them into the window,
Yeah.
not out the
Gross.
window.
he was an asshole.
Well, Harry was an asshole. When Harry was an asshole, that should have been the name of the movie.
That's the sequel.
Anyways, my down for the week is it's been a pretty shitty week. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. So that's my down. My up is Target.
Target.
The store. I got 2 ups this week.
Fine French retail.
Target. Oh. Hunter McAllister likes going there. I do. But I will say that I do declare that Target is nice because they sell a plethora of board games now for adults. And I enjoy that. We were in there this past weekend, and they had tons of games. They had Forbidden Island, which I think I'm going to eventually get. They have Settlers of Catan. They got all of those games. They got Monster of Tokyo game, Monster of Tokyo, New York. What's that game?
King of Tokyo.
Whatever. Anyways, it has monsters.
Is that a King Kong Godzilla mashup?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. It's monsters taking over the city.
They have Ticket to Ride. They do not have the African version. Still waiting for that one.
Yeah, that's out of print. You have
Good
to
luck.
pay about $60 at the cheapest.
Yeah, I'm not too happy with that.
No, I take that back. Probably $100 at the cheapest.
It's. I saw one for $95, I think, online. A little too rich. So yeah, but good for Target for doing that. I like that they did
you
that.
can make
They're still fairly limited, but they're expanding.
2 big sections I saw this past week. So I was pretty happy with that.
You can make any board game an adult game when you add drinking and stripping to it, Jason.
That's true. That is true. Nothing like Settlers of Catan with strippers.
Shoots and ladders takes on a whole different meaning.
I took over
generally
Serbia.
go adult.
Ooh, here's another piece of clothing. Is that how you play Settlers of Catan?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay,
it.
just making sure.
Just add in bed. At the end of it, like all your horoscopes.
No,
or,
now hold on. What's the
fortune
famous Settlers of Catan joke?
Why are we playing this?
Does anybody have wood for sheep?
I don't get it. I've never played Settlers.
Well, one of the things is you're trading commodities, and 2 of the commodities are wood
resources.
and sheep.
Oh.
So someone's like, "I've got wood for sheep."
I get it now.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
See? That's why it was popular among the Amish community.
But I've been looking at Forbidden Island.
I mean, not because of because of no electricity. You play board games.
You know what the best part about making fun of the Amish? They never know.
They don't listen to podcasts.
Not a whole lot.
Clop,
They
clop.
just get the transcripts.
You know what? Clop, clop. Clop, clop. Clop, clop. Bam! Drive-by shooting in the Amish country. But I'm here all day.
And the Amish will
And
never
we
listen.
apologize to our listeners for our.
I do apologize to the
not
Amish
being
because they won't
good.
hear this, though.
But the Mennonites dig it.
That's right, they do. Fuck the Amish. Would you like a table? Let's see here. My other up this week is I'm caught up on Preacher.
Good, so we can talk about it.
Yes. Did you
All
like
right.
it?
Well, can I do my down first?
Go ahead.
My down is I've experienced this twice in this past week. And it's-
Erectile dysfunction?
No.
That's 3 times this week.
It's in a day. What are you talking about?
Literally, it's a down.
Okay, here we go. Oh.
So that's why they're putting saltpeter in my food. Anyways. No, you know what it happened twice this past week.
What's that?
And it happened on the way here and also happened on the weekend.
Glad that's not erectile dysfunction on the
No.
way here. Anyways, go ahead. What is it?
The asshole driver in the other car, when you make a mistake but catch yourself before making the mistake, but the other asshole driver saw you almost making a mistake and almost holds you accountable as if you caused an accident already and act and respond to you accordingly as such.
Did you merge?
No. You know what I'm talking about? You know when car sits low and you got the hedge bushes and it's a stop sign. You can't see all the way left. You can't see all the way right. So you got a stop sign. And what's worse is that there's a curve. And so you got to pull a little bit more out so you can see. So you pull a little bit more out. And the asshole coming 40 miles an hour in a 15-mile lane, that's not even on the road yet. It's still in the parking lot. Sister drives by, looks, you pull out, and you stop, and then looks at you like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing? I'm driving by." And you're like, "Dude, I saw you. That's why I stopped.
Why I stopped. Duh.
I didn't pull out in front of you," but they treat you as if you created an accident.
Yes.
That asshole driver.
That's what you did?
None of those things like, "Oh, hey, wait," wave, goodbye. It was like, "Fuck you, man. You almost fucking." And I'm like, no, I didn't even do that.
My wife and I watched a 2020 episode on road rage just recently.
Yeah.
It is amazing what people
It
do
is.
with road rage.
I've seen road rage in the parking lots, not with me. Also this past week, where the disabled lady's trying to back out, but this other lady's turning left. but she turns into the left in my lane and stops everybody because she wants to turn left to park into the handicap place where the other lady who's handicapped is trying to pull out. But she stops because this idiot lady is now in the lane of wrong direction and stopped with her turn signal on. And so the poor lady backing out is like, hey, what's going on? And then she finally goes ahead and backs up, and the lady drives by, and the lady that was in my lane holding everybody up yells at the lady that was backing out. Well,
How
for
dare
not backing
you.
out. And she's like, "What?" I'm like, lady, you're the one that screwed everybody up.
Did you just go, hey, lady?
No, not at all, because then she would have shot me.
We did watch one of the videos on 2020 is this guy, these two guys were getting mad at each other, and that guy gets out with a baseball bat and just starts pounding the guy. I'm like, you do realize you're going to jail with that, right? Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts on that one.
There's no return from that.
The other one was,
precipice.
one got like a golf club out, and the other one got like some type of cast iron something or whatever, and it looked like they were lightsaber fighting. It was embarrassing that these grown men were trying to hit each other, and it was lightsaber fighting.
Yeah.
You mean like what they do in the wrestling ring?
They get paid for that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or what's even worse, like on the
Watch it.
on the weekend, same thing, double lane, 2 lanes each way. It's uphill curves to the right, and people in front of me are slowing down, and then like turning around into like roads and turning left and etc. So I finally pull up. I'm like, what's going on? And I look and see, and there's a cop car perpendicular in the middle of the 2 lanes blocking everybody because obviously there was a major accident up ahead.
Yeah.
So by the time I get there and realize what's going on, I'm looking and I'm seeing, and I'm stopped because I watch people turn around. I'm like, oh, that's what's going on. So I put my turn signal on, and I do a little slight to the right, and I go to the left to do a U-turn in the middle of the road. And the guy that's 10 feet behind me just lays his horn on like, not to like the beep beep or boop, what's going on. It's the obstinate, hey, fuck you, asshole. I hate what you're doing. And I'm turning around and I look at him like, you don't know what's going on. And I just kept on going, and I looked in the rearview mirror, and then I see him pull up and then stop. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Fuck you, buddy.
You know, if you've had this many incidences, maybe it's you.
No, it's not me.
Just saying.
And that one there, I felt kind of bad because I was like, well, maybe I should have turned my indicator on a little bit earlier or whatever, put my flashers on. But I would assume that, people would have been seeing people doing U-turns in the 2 lanes in the opposite direction.
You're
nobody coming
assuming that
around.
somebody else is paying attention to
I'm
traffic?
assuming, yeah, but you know what? And the thing is, even at stoplight where I know somebody's on their phone because their head is down and the light turns green and you're waiting, I'll give the little, like, beep, beep, let's go. I don't sit there and go,
No, that means I'm about to hit you. That
means, well, if you were. But if you're sitting behind somebody, that means I'm going to be an asshole and you're ruining my day. Beep. Road rage. All right, so my down's road rage. There you go.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything
So
else?
Preacher.
Yes, Preacher was great. I love Preacher.
So if you're not caught up on Preacher, here's your spoiler alert now.
Arrow stars
Let me
there.
turn my stuff off here because I'm not caught up.
Are we still recording? Is it okay? You didn't cut us off from recording, did you?
Maybe.
Hair stars here.
Hair Star's background story was hilarious.
He is a creepy motherfucker.
I loved his episodes where he's training to be the one, and since Jeff hasn't seen the episodes yet, I don't want to go into too much
I'm
daying
not paying attention.
Oh, you're not
You're
even
fine.
paying attention?
You're fine. He's
It
not
was
paying
hilarious. It was just hilarious. It was like when the hand-to-hand combat. He makes his announcement beforehand. I just want everybody to know I get no joy from this.
I just want to let you know. His backstory gets worse.
I believe it. Well, when you see the beginning of his backstory, he's in a Nazi uniform.
Yes.
He's in a Third Reich.
Can we talk about
stormtrooper outfit.
Nazis here for a second?
Yeah.
Hitler in hell.
Hitler in hell. His worst memory is not killing millions of people.
No, it's not that.
It's his afternoon date with his girlfriend who
Yes.
says, "Hey, show your art to the art gallery
He
manager."
gets told no.
Yes.
And yeah, he's
Our
pretty much a wimp.
faces, you've killed millions of people. That's your worst memory.
Yeah, that was nice. And it's like, are you really a bad guy? What did you say? Are you a bad guy? I don't know.
The funniest part is Hitler in hell is a big pussy.
Yes. And the guy that beats him up in hell, it plays the bully in 13 Reasons Why. It's the same guy.
no.
And I'm like, wow, maybe this is a sequel to 13 Reasons Why that eventually he dies and goes to hell.
Could be appropriate casting because this latest episode, I love the Vietnamese boy who comes up in the 2017 Falcons Super Bowl champions T-shirt. Because they make
The losing
shirts,
team.
They make shirts for both teams, and
Yeah.
they ship the losing team to Africa or Southeast Asia for
They never know who won
clothing
the Super Bowl.
donations, which was hilarious. And of course, the dead and the drunk patrol.
Yes.
Do you notice their machines were the flying car sounds from the Jetsons?
I did not.
Yes. Go back and listen. It's like that. Yes.
Okay.
And so yeah, and of course, Dennis turns out to be Cassidy's son.
Yes.
Which is
That
pretty
was
funny. And
I forgot that in the book.
yeah.
And so that
And the French-speaking guy, and they're in the bar, and he's speaking French, and this guy picks his head up. And, excuse me, but you know what he's trying to tell you? He's like, who are you? I'm a French professor from Tulane.
for the whole, and I like Cassidy. He's like, I probably should have learned French in all my life. You think, you asshole? I did like what they did with the Saint of Killers. How Jesse put him in the truck
It was
and
pretty-
sent him down into the lake.
Tricking him into the bit of the soul,
Yeah,
yes.
that was awesome.
And how the Japanese cornered the market.
Yeah, on souls.
Like the voodoo guys, like
I didn't even think that's what they were taking out
Yeah.
of that guy.
Well, I knew it was something different when in the beginning.
I was
'cause it
thinking
a little
DNA
weird.
or something.
Yeah.
But it was the actual soul.
I was thinking like life essence, and then it's like, oh, soul.
And so-
the voodoo guy, voodoo witch doctor's like, man, the Japanese cornered the market on that stuff with their technology.
Who runs that business?
I don't know.
Because remember, he said, "Do you know who owns it? Whose business this is or owns it?" Before he, told them to get the hell out of there. And I love when Jesse. I don't know who runs it.
I don't know who runs it either, but
They haven't shown, but I love when Jesse gets pissed off and he starts using the word of God everywhere. I love it. I love it.
yeah, especially when he goes to what he thinks he's doing is saving Tulip, but
Yeah, it's actually her husband.
her husband.
And I like how he gets
"What?"
there. I put him down. You fucker! You did what? I put him down. I've been trying to tell you that. I put him down off the thing. He's fine.
Off the thing, yeah, exactly.
And Cassidy was playing him. He was trying to get him to kill him. He was trying to get Jesse to kill him, is what I thought.
You
so
think?
Cassidy could get with Tulip. Yeah, that's my thing. So
Yeah, could be.
I'm excited to see what you see later on with this.
I think it's funny, honestly. To tell you the truth, the humor's great.
It is.
Dark humor as well. Little things if you don't catch up on them, like the Jetsons, car sound for the drunken dead, police going through New Orleans in the midnight.
There's a lot of there's a lot of little small things. I think if you go back and once you see the whole season, I think you're going to find
Probably
little
good.
things. I think
Yep.
feel like it's
I
like
believe it.
Westworld, not as in depth, but still,
Yeah.
you're going to find the little things like that.
Yep.
So, Jeff, you can come back.
Jeff, you can come back now. We can talk Game of Thrones, and we can have Jason turn his
Okay,
microphone
well,
off.
you guys go talk Game of Thrones.
Excellent.
No, seriously, do you want to talk Game of Thrones,
I
Jason?
can't talk, and I've been talking a lot about it for the last 3 weeks.
All right.
I think Jason has to run
Jason
upstairs.
has to run upstairs and do producer stuff. So, anyways, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
All right, so we're 3 episodes in.
3 episodes in.
What do you think so far?
So far,
It seems like everything's on fast forward.
yes, it's very fast forward. Everything is like they're just going right to the point and
They're-
everything. It
yeah,
seems like.
it's like they only have 8 episodes this season?
7
so
this
we're
season,
7.
6
so,
next
so we're
season.
pretty much almost halfway through.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, this happens.
happens.
So, but real quick, okay, one of the things, well, other than Bran's weird ass emo shit this past week, I think,
Yeah.
as the only down bummer of the entire season
Yeah,
so
it's
far.
like, oh yeah.
And it's like,
You were so beautiful the night you got raped. Yeah.
yeah. Well, what about you? I'm the three-eyed crow. No, you're the Harry Winterfell. No, I'm the three-eyed crow. Well,
Raven.
explain to me
Three-eyed
that.
raven.
Three-eyed
Raven.
raven. Well, explain it to me. No, it's too difficult. let me just stare off into space. And it was just like Sansa naturally creeped out because he's describing the night that she had that horrible
Yeah.
the night she gets raped by Bolton, etc. But here's the thing I'm pissed off about. What about Littlefinger?
What about Little?
When Jon Snow said, "I'm going south," I'm like, "All right, Littlefinger's gonna screw that up." Jon Snow's never gonna make it to Dragonstone.
Oh.
Littlefinger's gonna do something, but no, it's like Littlefinger has become the major schemer of the whole reason this thing started, to just hanging out, going, "Sansa,
Well,
you want to rule? Are you happy, Sansa? I mean, he's infatuated with her.
That's because they're past the books.
Yeah.
And these guys don't know what to do with
They don't know what to do with
without,
them.
without George's.
Masterminding, plot scheming.
Yeah.
Evil little Littlefinger, who, if you haven't read the books, spoiler, he's the one that started the whole thing.
Yeah.
His plots,
Plots and
with the
schemes.
Hand and the Starks and the Lannisters and everybody. But and of course, 3 episodes in, the bad guys are already losing.
Bad guys are winning now.
I said the good guys are losing. Did I say bad guys?
You said bad guys.
Oh, they're winning. Yeah, the good guys are already losing.
Yeah.
You had the great meeting between Daenerys and Jon Snow, and they're dragging that out a little bit. I say
Yeah,
dragging,
well,
dragging that out.
The fact that
dragging.
I got what you
See,
said.
Okay,
I did. I got it.
I didn't
tried to ignore
I
it.
don't want my humor being
I
lost. on
really did
anybody.
try to ignore it. I swear.
Yeah,
But
go ahead.
Just the fact that it's like you thought it would take John longer to get there because he just left at the end of episode 2.
And he's like, he's there.
And then he's there at the beginning of 3, and you're like, oh, okay, so
Yeah.
everything takes place a month later because that's about probably how long it takes to get from Winterfell to Dragonstone.
Yeah, and Euron's fleet's all over the place in the bat of an eye.
Oh yeah, well,
But the greatest thing is Euron Greyjoy's speeches, in the Red Castle,
oh yeah,
in the throne room with Cersei. He's pretty hilarious and funny, and he's a great bad guy to like but hate at the same time.
exactly.
Yes. So Euron Greyjoy is kind of funny, and you knew that was coming. You knew that everybody's upset that the Sand Snakes got whacked. But you kind of knew it was going to happen eventually. But you thought they were going to
upset.
You thought that they're going to King's Landing to exact some revenge, and that never happened.
Yeah, but I mean, well, they already got revenge.
Yeah.
The Sand Snakes. I mean, the problem is the TV Sand Snakes aren't worthwhile.
No, not like the book.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like, oh, okay, they did a couple of stupid fight scenes, and then now they get killed. I mean, that's about the extent of what they did.
Pretty much so. And Theon's being Theon.
Yes,
They maintain that.
I liked that. Yeah, they did that, and obviously he's.
Yeah, but
seeing all this
in
stuff
reality,
going
he's gonna.
on, and-
In reality, he wasn't gonna beat Euron. So,
Oh no! He's got
So
no chance of
sometimes the
beating
coward
Euron.
lives to fight another day.
Oh, exactly.
Mostly.
He lived.
Yeah.
And the guys on that boat who rescued him were giving him grief. I'm like, where the hell were you? You must have ran away too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So all right. So fan favorite, the
Olenna
Queen
Tyrell.
of Thorns,
Yes.
Elena, got whacked by Jamie Well,
Well,
Jamie Lannister on orders of Cersei.
yes.
And she lays it out for him in
It's
non-George R. Martin way, because everything is straight up and to the point, because they got to wrap this up. But
Yes.
Martin would probably take 300 pages for this. Basically says, Cersei's the death of me, she's going to be death of you and death of everybody, and she's an evil, horrible person. And Jamie's like, yeah, but I love her.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Martin. I just heard Martin. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyways, Brand's like, I gotta talk to John. They're like,
Oh, it's a bummer that he just
okay.
left. 'cause I gotta
Dude,
talk
you could
to
do
him.
so much, but you're like sitting there doing nothing.
Well, that's all he can do is sit there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It was
but
better when you were ignoring us.
better when you were doing producer things. But anyway, so you go back to the Citadel. And Samwell, treats Mormont, cures him of his grayscale.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
And he's
alert.
like, I gotta get to Daenerys.
And Sam is so good, he cured him in like less than 12 hours.
I know, it was like amazing. Holy crap. Stupendous.
I know. It's like, oh, this has never been done before or whatnot.
exactly.
But I
but
think if you do this...
Yeah. But the other thing that's good is he's got to transcribe all those scrolls.
Yes. So of course, plot points are in the scrolls.
Plot points are in the scrolls, whether intentionally or unintentionally for the
It's
Meister.
intentional.
Intentional could be. And you thought you were going to get rewarded. Here's your work.
Yeah, here's your punishment.
And by the way, I'm not telling you, but your answer's probably in there somewhere. But anyways. So anyways, the Melisandre Varys meeting at the top of Dragonstone.
Yes.
Everybody likes that because there's a lot of clues in that conversation.
Oh yeah, Melisandre has to die on the on
Westeros. She's got to go back to Volantis first.
Yeah. But
Why?
then she'll be back because she has
With
to die.
a whole bunch of fire-throwing priests and priestesses.
Woo!
Maybe.
Maybe. We don't
Yeah.
know what, but
True.
and
She
then
says Varys has to die here too.
Yeah.
And
he's
so
like, what?
Yeah, well, it goes back to the thing in the fire, when Varys was a little boy, when he had his thingamabob cut off by
His
the
bait and
wizard.
tackle.
Yeah, bait and tackle thrown off into the fire by the magician, etc. So we'll see what happens. She's I was to bring ice and fire together. And of course, Bran's like, dude, Daenerys is your first cousin, man.
Oh, then we shouldn't have slept together?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, you're Targaryens. You should have slept together. You should sleep together. Yeah, and then, too, the Hound's storyline that we talked already about a little bit. The Hound, where they go to the house and, this is the people that he robbed when he was toting Arya around.
And now they're dead.
Because
he robbed them.
And now he's all of a sudden a convert.
And now he can look into the fire.
Look into the fire. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. It's like it was almost too easy. Yeah. But again, everything's on fast forward because they're out of time and seasons and episodes.
And they're out of writing ideas.
Yeah, that too.
They know the broad strokes, but they don't know the
details to fill in between.
So they're just giving us the broad strokes about now.
Yeah.
With some interesting dialogue. Most of their dialogue has been good. I'll give them that.
I do like the introduction of Daenerys, and then Sir Davos says, "This is Jon Snow."
He's king of the north.
So it's pretty good. And then, and she picks up on, he took a knife to the heart. What does that? Oh, hey, whoa, look at the dragon. What did that mean? I don't know. Yeah, exactly. So pretty cool. It's moving on. The only thing I don't like is the whole Bran, talk with Sasha underneath the tree.
That's because nobody likes Bran.
Well, he plays such an important part, apparently.
Apparently.
But, get off your emo ass and let's go.
I think he's been directed to be on his emo ass.
That could be it, too. Of course, he could be, extremely bummed.
I'm the three-eyed raven.
Exactly. I know everything. Fuck, we're screwed. But, okay, White Walkers. Walking around the wall.
Or through, or... I say, know.
Clue is... in the Westeros
in
map.
In the beginning, it's frozen over.
Exactly, the ocean by, was it Westwall or whatever?
Eastwatch by the Bay.
Eastwatch by the Bay. Ice is frozen over, and they're talking about that's how they're going to surpass the wall, or they think it's going to surpass the wall. They're just walking around it because of the iced over ocean.
The wall's got to come down. They've been teasing that the whole time that the wall's going to come down. More so in the books, I think, when they talk about the horn and the dragon buried beneath the wall and all that other stuff. And I'm waiting for the wall to come down.
Yeah, we'll see.
Since Bran crossed through the wall, he jinxed the magic in there, so I think they can come through.
Oh, you think that's it?
I think that's it. I figured once Bran got through, they would come through, but it's been at least one episode since, and it hasn't happened yet, so I don't know.
Okay. So that's our Game of Thrones. Any other observations? Real quick.
I just have to say, I think it's great, that even in her own death scene, Olenna Tyrell wins the thing. She's like, "Yeah, I'm dying. I killed your son.
That's right.
And now I'm dying, so you can't even punish me. Nee.
Yeah, pretty much. Old Diana Riggs.
Can I come back?
No.
Oh.
Let's talk about something else, but without Jason.
Hi.
Well, we got our Nintendo or our video game poll here.
Poll of the week. We have one more left.
I thought Jeff was going to read it.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, yes. All right. Let's see. The participants left. We've got the Sony PS Vita, the Nintendo Switch, and the Sony PlayStation 4. That's the most recent one going on.
Yeah.
So we'll have to read the finals of these two.
Yeah,
All right.
that's the one that's winning the real one today against the Xbox One
Yeah, something like that.
in real world.
All right. So, well, the first poll, we had the Super Nintendo, the Sega CD, and the Sony PlayStation. Coming in at third place at 15%, the Sega CD. They didn't come out and vote on Drove for their CD this time. Winning 50% to 35%, the Sony PlayStation beat out the Super Nintendo.
Get some issues with that.
I don't have issues.
Super
That's-
Nintendo should win. Anyways, moving on.
But the people voted. I mean,
Keep going. Keep going.
The people voted. The people must be right.
What would happen with us, Supreme Overlord?
Exactly.
and the PlayStation. Was
There's no
better than the
electorate.
Super
There's no
Nintendo.
electorate in this voting.
We did fire our communications director after 7 days.
This is direct democracy. This
Reason
isn't
why-
representative shit.
Reason why Jeannie wasn't on today, I'll be honest, we had a PR issue. She called the New Yorker and she made fun of us and she said something about Jeff trying to suck his own dick. I don't know. It was a bad situation.
Did you really say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
She called the New Yorker.
I wouldn't have to try sucking my own dick if people would just give me hand jobs.
Free hand jobs.
All I'm saying.
This episode is sponsored by KY Jelly. When you're alone, but you want to have a feeling of another.
Use your opposite hand.
The second poll, now that the Sony PlayStation is moving on, the second poll, we have the Sony PlayStation 2, the Microsoft Xbox, and the Nintendo Wii. This is a powerhouse trio here. Coming in third place with a shocking 0% of the vote, the Microsoft Xbox. I'm stunned by the Xbox fans not showing up for this vote.
It was my first gaming console after the Super Nintendo NES.
But then winning in a close
Winning.
a close 55 to 45, the Sony PlayStation 2 beat out the Nintendo Wii.
Yes.
So, wow. There you go. The Sony PlayStation and the Sony PlayStation 2 are moving on. They're joining the Nintendo NES. And we'll have one more to join that next week.
Sony PlayStation 4 is winning right now. So there could be in the finals Nintendo NES, Sony PlayStation 2, and the Sony PlayStation 4. That could be your finals.
Three always gets robbed.
And that's the one that I currently am using. Yeah. But
Wow, thanks.
so the sad part is the Sony people are going to be split on their votes, and Nintendo's going to run away with that easily.
See,
I don't have a problem with the Nintendo winning.
my conversion from the Microbox, the Microsoft Xbox to Sony PlayStation was getting used to triangle, circle, square, instead of A, B,
X, Y.
X, Y.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was rough.
So vote at Bad Ideas on Twitter, Bad Ideas Podcast. And we're also found on nerdly.co.uk. G'day, Vickers!
Hello, Vega.
Hello, Governor.
You say good day, mate.
We're on WeebyGeeksPC.com, Tangent Bound Network, great show, great podcast. We're on Danger Entertainment.
Danger Entertainment.
And look there too, Michael Leal has a lot of comics there.
Miguel.
We're on Geek Life Radio every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central on geekliferadio.com. So, and on, iTunes, everything else. Google Play. What's the other one? Stitcher. All of them. Yeah. So
YouTube.
YouTube we're on.
But no
Look for History of
video.
Bad Ideas. Not yet. We're still working on that. I think we might have some video at the Comic Expo, Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 22nd through 24th.
Speaking of Comic Expo, they have gotten a just line of celebrities that is really, really good.
Yes. And did you see who's going to be there today?
Welcome to
they
Good
announced?
Burger.
Welcome, Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? I like a strawberry jacuzzi. Strawberry jacuzzi!
The more talented of the Keenan and Kel.
Yes. Well, yes, sure. I'm going with yes on that one. I want to interview Kel. I want to interview.
Kel Mitchell.
Yeah. So, yeah. Carrie Yules is going to be there.
Yes,
Just to let
yes.
you know.
Yules or Elwes?
Whatever. Julian Glover.
Until Carrie comes and tells us how to pronounce his name, we're going to butcher it.
Jason Isaacs. We always forget that he's going to be
How can
there.
we forget Jason Isaacs?
Brett Iwan. That is Doug's favorite guy. He's the voice of Mickey Mouse. Caroline Blakiston. That is Blakiston. Sorry. That is Mom Mothra from Return of the Jedi.
Yes, in her last North American appearance.
Wallace
Signing,
Shawn,
anyway.
who is inconceivable. John Ratzenberger. And Natalie Tina from Game of Thrones, Wisdom of the Crowd, and Harry Potter. And Daphne Zunga. She was in,
Zuniga.
thank you. She was in Spaceballs, Melrose Place, One Tree Hill. It's not that I don't know them. I just can't. I can't say anybody's
She's
last
also in
name.
The Sure Thing, and
Correct.
wasn't
make-
she in 90210?
Make sure when we get the
or something?
bio sheets,
Or maybe
you
Melrose.
spell out all their names phonetically, Jason.
I'm just going to
before
have you
talk to
introduce them. Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Blake. This is Jason. This is Jeff. I'm going to have you do it, Blake. Anyways, so there you go. September 22nd to 24th, CincinnatiComicExpo.com. And we'll be there. So be excited.
So if somebody wanted to tweet us, where are we at?
Bad Ideas Podcast or the History of Bad Ideas on Facebook.
Yay!
Yay. And now we're moving on to listener feedback.
So what
Yes.
do the listeners have to say?
I got some stuff on this one.
Jason's got some stuff on this one. But before I get into that person who always goes 1st, you know, we like to thank our listeners.
Yes.
And we would say, hey, if you like our podcast, you know, tell a friend or a buddy and have them listen to the podcast.
And then
And then,
they write a review.
No, you apologize.
for having exposed them to us.
Oh, we expose.
Then they write a review.
Yes, yes. I want to get to this question. Come on.
All right. So, anyways, we're going on out. This we start with this number one so-called fan, A-Pans,
Doug.
Doug.
Can't give yourself a nickname, but we did.
He says, discuss Beat Bugs and the Beatles selling out.
The Beat Bugs. It's a children's animated show on Netflix. And it's these bugs, I guess beetles, and this slime slug thing. And they do these activities. I don't know what they are. But they dance and they sing to Beatles music. Welcome. The Beatles have sold out, Blake. I hope that makes you feel good. Oh, they would never sell out. It's an Australian-Canadian animated children's television series. Well, that's why. It was created by Josh Wakely and produced by Grace, a storytelling company.
Well, the simple fact of the matter was, until just, a month or so ago, the Beatles didn't own their own songs.
Who bought them?
Michael Jackson.
Well, I knew Jackson did, but is it
I think
officially?
Paul McCartney, I thought I heard
He
within the
eventually
past
got
month
them.
or something, just got back the rights. But
Yes.
I'm
Well-
assuming using
But-
these songs
yes.
was not signed off by
Yeah.
him, but by who?
5 young bugs who live in an overgrown suburban backyard and learn life lessons while having adventures.
So they got Cliff. They got Stu Sutcliffe in there.
Probably.
Wakely acquired
Or is it Pete Best?
Wakely acquired worldwide rights from Sony ATV Music Publishing to a catalog of music by the Beatles to feature in the series.
So Sony had.
I think it was in Michael Jackson's will to do this. But newsflash, Jason, the Beatles sold out over 50 years ago. If you ever seen Yellow Submarine,
The characters are
Which apparently, I just found out like a couple months ago, they didn't even do the voices in Yellow Submarine.
no.
I just found that out. I was like floored. I'm like, really? It wasn't even that good of a movie.
That's why they'd stop.
I sense a new draft day coming up because here's the characters. Jay is a curious, ambitious, and impulsive beetle. He often desires to try out new things like Yoko Ono, the new slug in the town. Crick, a cricket.
I don't think that's what it says.
Not that part. Is an inventor who's very intelligent and creative. He is played by Ringo Starr. Walter Walrus. Oh, the kid thinks a walrus? It's a slug with a big heart
I am
and
the
storytelling
walrus.
skills.
Goo 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 choo.
Buzz, a fruit fly, is the youngest of the bugs and very optimistic and enthusiastic.
Go George.
It's a female. Kumi
Go Georgette.
is an imaginative ladybug with a zest for life who's protective of her friends. She's the natural leader of the group. and she's developed her own dance-involved variety of martial arts. That sounds horrible.
Does it really sound worse than any other
No.
children's cartoon ever?
Bear in the Big Blue House. That was awful. The bugs are fascinated by the humans called gigantants who live in the big house at the edge of the backyard. The youngest human of the house is a girl named Julia, who Jay seems to relate to.
Julia.
I'm about to say, every time she's on screen, does the
Julia.
song Julia play in the
Exactly.
background?
First episode, the pilot was called Help.
I need somebody.
Second episode was called Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I Am the Walrus.
I see a
am
trend.
I Am a Loser. Come Together. Rain. Good Day. Sunshine. Sun King. Penny Lane. Birthday. I've Seen a Face. I've Just Seen a Face.
I just seen a face.
Yeah, there's a lot more. Anyways, so I guess they're all after that. Why don't we do it in the road?
Yes, I am
The Beat Bugs find a
falling.
toy car and decides
you
to have
are
an orgy.
falling.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
What?
I may have made that part
So
up.
that's on Netflix?
Yes.
I'm going to look that up and watch that.
Kinda like-
That sounds cool.
Everybody loves cartoon sex.
You didn't say it was anime porn.
That's right. There's Beat Bugs. So, fuckers have sold out. The toys are on sale at Target.
As any Beatles fan can point to anything, it's you can blame Yoko.
She has great art.
But like you said, they sold out even before Yoko.
Yeah, I know.
They were all about marketing themselves early on.
They were pimped out like you wouldn't believe.
They were Kiss before
oh
Kiss
my
was
gosh.
Kiss.
Ugh,
There you go.
it's amazing. If you go back and look at the history of all the pop culture stuff that Beatles was being sold, Beatles, it was insane.
And then everybody burned them in 66.
Yeah, you know.
What else you got, Jeff?
Blake's reading.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, Jeff's got more. Okay. Next from Who the What Now podcast. Hey, this is like first time we've heard from them in a while, isn't it?
It is. It is.
You know, I noticed they had a new episode up, first time in a long time. They Who the What Now podcast says, "What is your mutant ability?" And we got a couple responses from listeners. From Besotted Geek says he can form balls of lint in my navel, which I can then throw at my enemies. Usually only once a day, though. So it's a one day charge, special ability.
What would
And then Kevin, called just Kevin, says, I can brew a mean cup of coffee in 3.2 seconds, serve to my enemies, which makes them say yes to all their significant others' ideas.
Okay. What would be your mutant ability, Jeff?
Antipathy.
What's that?
It's
The opposite of empathy.
Yes.
Oh, you took mine.
I've got the ability to not care about anyone or anything.
I take the souls of my enemies. And people I just run into. I don't like you, soap. Hey, do I know you? Soap, souls.
Well, I'm not stealing souls. I frankly don't want other people's souls.
I'm just going to throw them away.
Like use Kleenex.
Yeah. So, what's your mutant power?
Sarcasm.
Oh,
It's a good one.
I even have a t-shirt that says sarcasm is my superpower.
well, there you go. Hobie listeners, if you have a mutant superpower, what would yours be? Please let us know. Deb would have small hands. That's just his power.
And Doug would have big hands.
Yes.
That's why he's
Form of
ape
ape hands.
Form of Kong.
He's
But
not.
just in the hands.
He's not good at golf claps, so he's not invited to the U.S. Open.
Golf clap.
Boom! Who brought the cymbals? Tom Watson is golfing over there. Could you be quiet? I was just doing a golf clap.
Oh, great. Now he's waving, and this big giant wind is gushing through.
He needs solar power. We
It's
got
a
his ape
tsunami
hands.
over there.
Blew the putt off the line.
Anyways, so moving on.
Next, Kevin at 365 Flicks says,
G'day, mate.
I am letting my beard grow for Cincy. Hashtag be like Jeff. What kind of grooming regime should I be adopting? None. Just let it grow
Yeah, I'm
out.
about to say, what's this grooming? With the reason you grow beard is so you don't have to groom.
And taste your food later.
Exactly. I mean, I suppose drink plenty of good beer and it grows in better.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
All right. Next from Captain Admiral Kirk says Star Trek Discovery official Comic-Con trailer is showing how great the show can be. The Orville Comic-Con trailer 2 gives it hope. Thoughts?
Orville was the Seth MacFarlane spoof of space on Fox coming this year. It actually looked a little bit more serious than I thought. So I'm intrigued to see how they're going to handle that. Like, are they going to make it serious?
I don't think so. Can Seth MacFarlane make anything serious?
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be humor, but hey, I'm just happy Mockingbird's in it. So that's why.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. She plays the ex-wife.
Oh, sweet. I didn't even realize.
Yeah. Anytime she's on the screen. Grr. Grr. I'm
Yeah,
Mockingbird.
because she really wasn't in the commercial I've been seeing lately. It's all
Set your
been-
phaser to stun.
It's all been him eating the guy's marbles or something.
Oh. That didn't sound right.
No, it didn't.
But Star Trek Discovery,
It
I
looks
haven't
good.
seen it.
It looks good.
I think it's biased because Captain Admiral Kirk's a Trekkie fan.
The problem.
I mean, his Captain Admiral nickname gives it away.
problem is
Just a little bit.
I'm not going to be buying the CBS app for it. That's the thing. It looks good. They say they're going with a hard PG-13
For what?
Star Trek Discovery.
So you can't watch it on TV?
No, it's on the
Can't watch
CBS
it on
app.
TV anyway.
watch
You
it
can
through the
only
app?
Get it on the app.
Yeah.
That and
Are they trying to make their own little mini Netflix?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Pretty
are.
much.
Kind of like CISO.
I hope they do better than CISO. But they got the Good Wife spinoff already on there, which they brought.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
What do they call it? The Good Life? Is
Yeah.
that, the Good Fight.
Good Fight.
The Good Fight with Christine Baranski in the lead.
Have you seen it?
They showed the first episode on television, and I saw it, and I was intrigued to watch more, but I'm not getting the app.
Just check
to watch
YouTube.
that,
It'll be
so-
on there. Just saying. It will be.
There you go.
You think so?
Yeah, it will. You can
You,
find
you
it.
don't think CBS will like do everything they can to?
CBS is just happy to get any. First off, they know that nobody under 55 is watching YouTube, so they're not even going to be concerned about that. Good old CBS. What else you got, Blake?
Next, we have fake Double Days cricket knockoff draft for shortstops.
Yes, we got shortstops here.
They have shortstops.
You want to read them?
You want me to read what they say, or
No, Jason.
give 'em- what?
I'll say it. Dev. He has Derek Jeter and Cal Ripken Jr. as his picks. You can pick two people
Per position.
per position that have played during your lifetime. So I just want to let you know that. Doug, Apan's Doug, he's got Cal Ripken Jr. and Ernie Banks. So there you go. That is his thing. Jeff, who is yours?
This was the easiest of them all.
Okay.
Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez.
Wow. Okay.
They are hands and tails of the
Above
two
anyone?
best shortstops that played in my lifetime.
Okay. Jeff or Blake, who's your picks?
I didn't pick any.
Okay. Good. I'm glad you're participating in this. I was talking to Doug about this, and I do feel like Derek Jeter, I agree with him. Derek Jeter does just accumulate stats in that. I don't know if he was one of the best. He's in the top 5. I don't know if top 2. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, Alex Rodriguez is in there for me. I hate him, but you can't doubt the guy.
I was a huge fan of his when he was in Seattle. Seattle's like my second favorite team. Mm-hmm. And just what he did in Seattle alone was enough to make the list. Then he decided to take steroids after going to
That's
Texas.
the one problem I
but-
have picking him.
And I understand that.
Yeah,
But I did pick him.
true.
Matter of fact, he would have won an MVP with Seattle if the Seattle writers didn't vote for Griffey.
Okay.
Because everybody else was voting A-Rod, but Seattle wanted to give it to Griffey and canceled out A-Rod and somebody, I don't remember who did, but
Yeah, I would actually. I do have two with a possible third.
Okay.
Omar Vizquel
Okay.
and Julio Franco,
Ooh.
with an upcoming Francisco Lindor.
Lindor's going to be good.
Hopefully,
I'm going to say the best part is that nobody's picked Ozzie Smith. Besotted Geek had Alex Rodriguez and Jay Bell.
just because he could somersault.
yeah, he can do flips. I mean, Ozzie Smith was great at one aspect of the game,
What's that?
defense.
Ugh, yeah, but that's about it.
Yeah,
Can't
I
fucking
mean-
stand him.
I didn't hate him, and he was great,
Eh.
but everyone after him was better. Well, not everyone, but the examples were given.
Okay, so I still need one more. Barry Larkin's interesting. He bridged the gap between Smith and A-Rod and Jeter. So I'm not a big, huge Barry Larkin fan because he's arrogant, but
Wow. Okay.
I think I'm going to go with Barry
I mean,
Larkin.
what baseball player that is in the range that we're talking about, best of all time,
True.
is not arrogant?
Yeah? Pete Rose. We're not going to talk about it, but he's scum.
Can we just stop talking about the man and not give him publicity?
Okay, so he will not be named anymore either. We have the family that shall not be named,
All right.
and the baseball player that shall not be named. There you go. But Pete Rose Jr., what a career for him. So I'm going Barry Larkin and A-Rod. So that's my pick. Anyone else, send it over to us at Bad Ideas on Twitter, Bad Ideas Podcast, and we'll add it to our spreadsheet. So there you go. What else we got, Blake?
All right, we have some corrections.
What? We're never wrong.
We're right until proven wrong.
Which is a
Apparently,
lot.
we just got proven wrong.
Well,
Happens a lot.
maybe. We'll be the judge of that. All right, Captain Admiral Kirk. All right, the way he wrote this, I have to like go into my Southern California accent, okay? He says, dudes, I like totally don't like live here like in San Diego. I live in Mendocino.
Which is about 12 hours away.
Who the fuck knows that? We don't give a shit about Mendocino. Where's that fuck Mendocino at?
North of San Francisco.
That's all I know. San Francisco?
We do care because I kept saying that he was from San Diego.
Maybe you said, I think I just assumed with the naval connections or whatever,
Yeah.
the big Navy base in California.
San Diego.
And he's talking about the San Diego Comic Con so much. I think I just assumed
Yeah,
he was part of that.
lived there.
We apologize.
You know,
So-
it's kind of hard to keep the leftist coast organized.
I
over
get
here in
confused by anything west of the
in
Mississippi.
flyover land. You know,
Confused.
yeah.
I do declare I don't have a California accent, so I
Well,
don't know what to do over
You know,
there.
Mendocino's in California, and it's all like Cali to me. So yeah, you're close enough to San Diego.
Good call. Send your complaints to Blake at Graphic Novels.
Hold on,
No one else is checking
Let
it.
my American geography education kick in. What do you mean Mendocino's not close to San Diego? It's in the same state. Duh.
Jeez. Anyways, what's up?
All right, anyways. All right, thank you, Captain Admiral Kirk. From Dev, from Ohio's Hat. He says, regarding Trico Lutkins' Twitter handle on last week's listener feedback, he says it's Trico, not Trico, hence his Twitter handle. I will be the judge of Trico Lutkins' Twitter handle, all right?
He's going to spell it Trico, we'll pronounce it Trico.
Once we get Skype back up and working, you come on our show.
Yeah.
Tell us. From now on, it's Trico Lutkins.
So, all right. So, do we have our geography correct? Everything in California is close together because it's the same state. And if you live in Ohio's Hat, we'll pronounce your name the way we want.
So I assume we just lost a listener in Trico Lutkins.
We apologize. Send your complaints to
Trico Lutkins.
at Graphic Novice. I'm going to actually make a Twitter handle of Trico Lutkins and just make sure it's right.
Trico Lutkins at Trico? Trico at Trico?
Anyways,
No, but thank you. Thank you, Trico, for listening.
we actually do have something from
Something in
Nick
the
Albright.
way
Are you ready for this?
She woos me, attracts me like no other lover.
Oh yeah. What time is it, Blake? What time is it?
It's Trico Lutkins' time. I mean,
Oh.
it's Nick Albright.
Yeah, Nick.
I'm not feeling sexy with this music, Jason.
This is called Intense Sex Song by Sexonica. And it's royalty free.
Yeah, there's a reason why.
Fine, I'll get you something new. Here we go. Ready? Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
I love royalty-free sexy music.
Now I'm in the mood
Who is
to
it?
read some Nick.
Oh,
Right. He says, I'm excited.
no erectile dysfunction there.
Game of Thrones being back on,
Get more like Game of Moans.
as well as Jeff. Which characters do you think
Oh, not too hard now.
will
Yeah.
live
Oh,
to the end?
of my butt.
Hashtag. What would our sex position scene be about?
Oh, yeah. You can take my sword in your Game of Thrones.
All right, what character I think will live to the end? I'm picking Littlefinger.
Oh,
He's going to roll on the throne of ass.
Wait a minute, Littlefinger's going to roll on the throne of ass? Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
And let's see,
Yeah.
our sex position scene would be about the lay of the land.
I don't know what
Lay
that
of the
means. I
land.
don't know what that means. Yeah. Nothing
Got
like
some wood for your sheep.
nothing like geography and sex. Yeah. Talk dirty to me about my Hoover Dam. Yeah. It looks like there's a flash flood tonight.
Your mama's so big.
But she sits around the house.
Contraception is the Hoover Dam.
It looks like it's sprinkling outside, but there's golden showers inside.
I just threw up.
Oh, yeah, that's Ophelia, too. Yeah.
So what music did you end up going with after your first one struck out?
This is just says royalty-free background music for YouTube. Doesn't really say,
Background music.
but we appreciate it. It's 9,406 views. So there you go. So 9,405 times this been used for sex. This time, not so much.
This time, the farthest thing from sex.
Oh, yeah. Anyways,
The cause of erectile dysfunction. Regarding last week's tipping question. Thank you. And this comes
speaking
from
of sex,
Captain Admiral Kirk. Thank you, Captain Admiral Kirk. He gives us an edumacation. He says, I give a $5 tip to my barber, $7.50 if I got with a shave.
ooh, nice.
Obviously, it's not 2 bits.
No.
And then I tip 20 to 30% for restaurants, and my mail woman gets a $50 tip gift card.
Wow.
Ooh, that's
To
pretty
McDonald's?
expensive.
Oh God, he likes the mail woman. You don't do that.
okay.
Exactly, but you have to remember this is California. That buys a small fry.
Oh, good point.
Love. Especially in Mendocino. That's a whew. I don't know. Not like
Madonna
saying-
Sunno.
Yes.
Medicino
We had a question because Blake was questioning how much to tip last
tipping
week.
question. Yeah, after the restaurant tried to screw me on the 20% calculations,
Now, I could
including
be-
tax.
I could be mistaken, and I could be a lousy tipper, apparently.
Yeah.
But I'm giving props to Captain Admiral Kirk because he looks to be a high tipper.
You know,
I like Captain Animal.
Exactly. That is a pretty good tipper, even if they are inflated California wages.
And thank you for your service, Captain Admiral.
Yes, thank you
What else we got?
for your double promotion.
Mm-hmm.
From Scab Jeff.
Oh, we haven't had Scab Jeff on in a while.
Well, we haven't.
Maybe we should have him Skype in.
Only if
Well,
we
after
hate
this
him.
next question, maybe we'll keep him away. He says, fuck, marry, kill. If you're not familiar with the game,
Well, then look it up.
Look it
we
up.
don't have time to explain it.
Steve Guttenberg, Ryan Gosling, and Emma Stone. I don't know what's driving this question.
I don't know either, but I'm intrigued.
What?
We did have a
But we did-
response on
we-
Twitter.
We did have a response.
I've got the obvious answer, I
Okay.
think is most people's answer.
Okay.
Fuck Emma Stone. I'll marry Ryan Gosling. And I will kill Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, okay. What's the good stun to you?
He was last here, and
Oh, not as good, Vabs.
He's a little older now.
yeah, but I don't think he's got the bankroll that
Ryan
Ryan
Gosling
Gosling
The
has.
high spirits royalty money is coming in pretty good.
if I'm marrying somebody, they
gotta-
got to take care of me. They got to have the dough rolling in.
Ah. Oh, they're having the dough rolling in. It's a butt joke. Anyways,
Butt joke?
yeah, maybe. I'm going to kill Steve Gutenberg. I would like not to, but you know.
You're forced to choose.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I guess I'll fuck Gosling.
I guess Gutenberg's not going to listen anymore.
No, but I'll marry Emma Stone. So there you go. Blake, what's your choice?
Yeah, I unfortunately nothing against Steve Gutenberg, but I would have to kill him. I feel bad about it.
Sorry,
'Cause I
dudes.
did like his early movie work.
We enjoyed Diner.
Yeah. Well,
Now we enjoy dying. Dying. Anyways, move on.
I was going to say it was the Police Academy.
Oh,
Sorry.
Police Academy. Nobody likes high spirits, though.
Yeah, but due to his age and
We loved
thinning
Cocoon.
back, yeah.
No, we didn't.
Now Gosling and Stone. I mean, that's a hard decision there between the two of them.
No,
I
it
got to
isn't.
marry or have sex with one. And obviously you're right. Ryan Gosling's a good-looking man. If I had to marry a man who's rich, I guess it would be Ryan Gosling.
Aren't you going to fuck him just get it over with one time?
No. Emma Stone.
No. You're not you can only fuck the one who you choose to fuck.
Oh, you can't.
I
you
thought it was
can't
only
have,
one time.
You can't have sex with the married person?
No.
Yes, you can. You're married to them.
You can make it
fuck the fuck
platonic. I
person.
can have a platonic marriage with Ryan
Well, I'm
Gosling.
not having a platonic relationship with Emma Stone.
No.
That's why
and
you
you
choose
shouldn't.
to fuck her.
That's why. But I thought
I'm
this was a
marrying
one-time
Stone.
deal. I was like a one time. I didn't know there was repeat
Oh, so you only
visits.
marry them once
Yeah.
and
And
then
then the-
go
the-
on with your life?
The whole effing thing, I thought that was like a one-time deal. You can keep going back to that.
Well, then maybe I don't know the rules of this game.
Well, then
married
I'm
when
bringing
you're
Steve
with us-
Gutenberg back.
Time out. How the fuck do we have difficult rules on fuck, marry, kill? It's not a difficult game,
Those are
people.
difficult rules.
No.
We can-
If you choose not to fuck that person,
No,
then
no,
you can't fuck them ever.
No,
Then you got to kill or marry him.
Yeah.
But in
But-
marriage,
but
you
you
have
can't
sex.
fuck
But you get to keep going back to the fucking.
Even if you can't go back to the fucking, you can't fuck the other
Well,
one.
I
if
think
you
that
chose to
changes
do
the
something else
context of the
with
whole
it.
question. I thought it was like a one-time deal.
But even if it's a one-time deal, that don't mean you. That means you can't fuck or kill the other one.
well,
I'm so
if you're married to Gosling, you're like obligated to have sex for the rest of your life.
No, you're not. You're not obligated. Psst, shit, like sex and marriage have
You're
something
platonic?
in common. Sex
How have you been married?
This changes everything.
You can have sex without marriage. You can have marriage without sex.
But why would you want to?
Because you want him to pay for all your stuff.
Yeah, it could be platonic. If I have to marry a guy who's rich,
Well, I'm marrying Emma Stone. I'm going to have sex with her.
No,
She
you
says
can't.
yes.
just one time. That's it.
No,
be
he's
worth it.
marrying her.
No.
So you,
All right. So now you don't have
and
sex.
you don't
with
have
her.
sex after marriage anyway.
right.
Well,
So.
I know Scab Jeff is off the show. Fuck that.
Daddy Waffle,
What's his response?
McDonough, Daddy Waffle. Check his podcast with his 5-year-old son, and they make waffles, and they talk about it. All right. He'd fuck Gosling, marry Gutenberg, and kill Stone. We'll provide explanation if needed.
I think we need to know the reason why we want Emma Stone to be dead
I don't know.
of those three.
Maybe he didn't like her in Zombieland.
Maybe he didn't. Or maybe he thinks
La
if
La
he kills her,
Land.
she comes back as a zombie, and then
Wait a minute.
No,
All
so-
three of them were in La La Land, weren't they?
was Steve Gutenberg in La La Land?
I don't know. I didn't see the movie on purpose.
I don't know if he was or not. I didn't see the movie.
I bet it was.
I thought it
this
was
is
just
Scab
'cause
Jeff.
I thought it was just because
This
we
is a
had that.
Scab Jeff question.
Yeah, yes, it is.
So there you go. I think I see the reasoning now.
I don't.
Anyways, next, moving on, Amy from Culture Babble,
Oh, Amy.
a resident feminazi.
Yes.
She says,
the hall.
what is your lottery-winning dream car?
We talked about the cars last week, the first cars
Yes.
that we had. What is your dream car?
If I had the lottery, win the lottery, and could have any car, I want a car where the air conditioning works.
Is your air conditioning out?
I haven't had a car where the air ever worked properly.
Oh my God. Jeez. Okay.
Not all of us live in gated communities.
Oh,
where we
shut
can
up.
afford luxuries like air conditioning.
I know. The air conditioning, it's only been in the car for 45 years. I apologize.
But it's cheaper to buy a car without air.
Blake's the one with the BMW.
I actually had one of my coworkers, her AC went out, and she actually brought a fan from home and wedged it in the door frame and plugged it into her lighter.
Wow.
until she can take her car in and get fixed.
You realize that when you're driving, you get wind is produced.
Yeah, but when you first hop in that car, it's really hot if it's parked out in the sun. all
Especially
day.
with pleather seats.
Yeah.
Sorry, my dream car was an LTD. My dream car is probably simple, actually. I'm not a big car fan. I would take the souped up Acura. I like those. I like just Acuras.
I'd take any.
Is that the stuff they drove on like Tokyo Drift?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think so. I think those are Dodge Neons.
I'd take
they were Japanese
Geo Metros.
cars.
Geometry.
Geomet
Souped up.
with Dev driving them.
Yes, that's right.
Any Bond car.
Any of them.
Yeah, any of them. I'd take any of them.
Even the Lotus Esprit from Your Eyes Only.
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
What about the invisible car?
that too?
I'd definitely take the invisible car. That's the coolest car out.
Halle Berry comes with it.
Even better.
you only have to marry her.
You don't get to have sex with her. You just get to marry her.
Oh, no. I would rather not be married to her. I'd rather just have sex with her.
All right. But anyways, well, you know what? Amy asked this question, and she didn't provide her own answer.
She did. She had a picture of it, which meant nothing to
what was
people
it?
I have no clue.
Okay, there's
it
a
was a car.
picture.
It had 4 wheels. It had a roof.
Guys,
2/3 of the guys are on Twitter don't know what cars are.
I think it was a 4-door.
it was an Uber ride.
I think it was a Lamborghini.
Amy's lottery-winning dream car.
think it was a
Uber
Ferrari.
ride.
I
Amy, when you listen to this in 6 years, let us know what your lottery car is.
it was silver, I think.
So, people, when you tweet us on Bad Ideas, make sure you send a picture, but also send us what it is, because we don't know.
Was it a pink Mary Kay Cadillac?
It was 4 cars, 4 wheels, and doors.
And doors.
All right.
I think it was 4-door.
I think the AC worked. I think the AC worked. It had a roof.
It did. It did.
And a
have-
windshield.
It wasn't a convertible. I do
No.
remember that.
No. No.
right.
It says honk for Hillary on the back. That's all I saw.
I'm with her.
Not anymore. No one is.
From Mr. Heno answered, though. He says, that's my lottery hunk of midlife crisis, 1969 427 triple carb convertible.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Is he describing Amy's car?
No, that's what his car is.
Oh, that's what his car is.
I don't know. Again, we don't know
you
cars.
I said I didn't think Amy's was a convertible. So
No. It had a roof.
It had a hard top to it, I think. So
Okay.
if it was a convertible, the top was up. I do.
This is
know
why
that.
Blake needs to be on Twitter. Just to answer the car questions.
It's a car. It does the same
right.
thing as most other cars, except working air conditioning.
Okay. Pam Morris says, Jeff asking for a free hand job was not hitting a new low. You hit a new low every time Jason tries a new impersonation.
True.
How dare you?
Oh my. And then from Professor Number One at Dr. Number One, OJ Simpson said he may do a podcast. Will he be Blake's replacement?
I hope so. Oh, sorry. I mean, no.
I was kind of hoping he'd get together with VF, formerly of Graphic Novice, and OJ and VF on a podcast.
We actually were going to have OJ on here, but Skype broke down.
Ruined it.
That's it. If he shows up at your house with leather gloves that don't fit, you guys better get the fuck
You
out.
must have quit. No, we don't want Blake going anywhere. So,
I saw a great photo of a white Bronco, and the license plate said "Not OJ." I thought that was pretty funny. I like
good.
that.
no, we have a 4th chair if we have somebody that wants to be here, every week. Sorry. I pity you. But, we're not doing open casting, but,
And right now, it's not over Skype. That's for sure.
it'll be fixed.
We hope.
Sorry, Jeannie. Anyways, so there's your listener feedback. OJ, he finally, that man finally caught a break. He got paroled. Good for him. I mean, geez, you talk about
Yeah, they really cut him one.
A fart?
No, cut with the knife. Get it?
No.
They sliced his jail time.
Yes, they did.
He cut the cheese? What?
Anyways, moving on.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Thank you, Jeff. Let's see here. I put the intern put this in for Blake. It's been known for a while now that the rights to the Terminator franchise is coming back to James Cameron in 2019. Cameron has been focused on how he will handle the release of a new movie. Early reports have him in negotiations with Deadpool director Tim Miller to helm the film, as he will be busy with his upcoming Avatar sequels.
Oh boy.
Yay.
While
Let me guess, he's going to fix the plot lines with time travel?
Oh, get ready.
Well, when it's the whole basis of the movie is time travel, and when episode 2 completely changes the time travel element or the time travel, the way time travel works from episode 1, I don't.
Yeah, good thing you just described time travel in a movie. It's you can't understand it. While speaking to News Australia,
But the first Terminator movie, time travel made sense. Then the second Terminator movie changed it. Then the third Terminator movie tried to go back to it. And then the fourth Terminator movie just sucked completely.
and then the fifth,
And then there was a nice little series with Summer Glau running around, so that was cool.
Summer.
And then I don't know what happened in the fifth.
While speaking to News Australia, is that a koala? Cameron revealed that he actually has a trilogy in mind, because of course he does, and is working with the current Terminator rights holder David Ellison to get it off the ground. The question is, this is quote Cameron, has the franchise run its course, or can it be freshened up?
Run its
No.
course.
Can it still have relevance now, Blake,
No.
where so much of our world is catching up to what was science fiction in the first 2 films? We live
We
in a
still
world.
have not hit time travel, so we're not there yet.
We live in a world of predator drones and surveillance and big data and emerging AI. So I am in discussions with David Ellison. Let's see here. He's talking about copyrights. Fuck him. Anyways, as of right now, it's not known whether Schwarzenegger will be part of the new set of films or not.
He won't be.
I'm sure Cameron will put him in. Blake, are you excited? Because you love Terminator. You love the franchise. You love time travel. Please talk to us about this.
No.
Why?
I'm sick and tired of Hollywood rebooting, revamping all these goddamn movie themes all the time.
Especially ones
it cheapens the originals.
Especially ones that they just did within 5 years or something. I mean, if you're going back and said, oh, this thing from the 50s that nobody remembers anymore, I want to redo that, I don't have a problem with that.
Exactly. I completely agree.
But if you're saying, oh, it's been 5 years since we put together a...
no, it's been less than 5 years since the last
Okay,
Terminator.
It's been 2.5 years since the last Terminator, which did crappy crap.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. And I'm like, no, it's run its course.
It's just,
If 50 years from now, if you want to look back and say, is it something we want to look at, then okay.
you know, how many Fantastic Four movies we got to sit through?
Apparently 4.
How many Spider-Man movie reboots we have to sit through?
17?
Yeah. How many Smurfs movies do we have to sit through?
0?
How many Cars movies are we going to have to sit through?
Too many?
How many Toy Story movies are we going to have to sit through?
Oh, unfortunately, probably a 4th one now.
Yeah, exactly. Just stop, man.
Kirsten Dunst, she said that she doesn't understand why they rebooted Spider-Man, and she's not a fan because everybody knows the same Raimi ones are the best.
I like Sam Raimi, and I did like him, except for the third one.
Yeah.
Third one's not good.
The third one, it pretty much... The third one did to those Spider-Man movies what Batman and Robin did to those Batman movies.
Let's see here. Per Discover Westworld. Westworld is gearing up for Season 2, and a new promo GIF for San Diego Comic-Con is showing some hints and secrets for what we can expect next season. There's an opening screen for Discover Westworld called SOS Takeover Poster. Starts with an unknown user calling for help because something's happened in the park, only for a so-called registered user to interrupt the signal and say everything is fine, and
Yeah.
celebrations
Nothing to see here.
continue.
Everything is fine.
It's important to note that the loading program named, called Journey into Night, looks to confirm the full title of the first episode of Season 2, which has been previously teased. Who the fuck cares what the title is?
I don't care.
I care. I like the title.
I just like it.
Fans in the Westworld subreddit still don't know how to use Reddit. Searching through the GIF, looking for hints for next season. Who are these people that have time to look through this, to look for every little hint? I'm impressed.
I'm impressed. I just like to read what they come up with.
Yes.
I don't like to look for this stuff.
I don't
just-
even like to read what they come up with. I
Just
like
give it to me on a
watch-
plate.
I just like to watch the series unfold instead of try to predict it.
How
all.
dare you?
I like a little bit of fun anticipation.
It looks like the second season will be about park guests struggling to survive in a truly Westworld, as killer robots ditch the script and shoot to kill. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Co-creator Jonathan Nolan did say the show would not take place immediately after the events of season 1,
Okay, 1 day later.
meaning we could be stepping in days, weeks, or even months after robots seize control.
Not immediately after, 28 minutes after, not immediately after.
Not immediately.
I've heard 2 months is the rumor.
I'm sure they're probably going to have to start off with a montage.
I heard it's going to be a year and 4
Montage.
months.
In 6 days.
Yeah.
The important question is who is calling for help. Some believe the unknown user is Ellie and is still alive and in the park. I think she is still alive.
I hope she's still alive.
I like her. This stems from an Easter egg on the website after the end of the first season, involving a site-created robot named Aiden and a deep-cut video of Ellie that could only be found through rigorous searching. So there she
Rigorous.
Rigorous?
is. Rigorous.
Rigorous searching.
Yeah, I'm excited about Westworld coming back. It's coming up.
Me too.
Yeah, it's coming up
I'm
next year.
excited.
7 months away. 8 months.
Just
Still waiting. Still waiting. Let's see. Per comicbookmovie.com, it's been a frustrating few months for the cast of The Batman,
The Batman.
as the film was expected to be shooting by now. But
that name?
The Batman?
Yeah.
But someone who is
That's what we're talking
particularly
about?
are you angsty?
I'm angry.
Someone who is particularly annoyed is Joe Manganiello.
Oh, this is terrible for him.
The actor was revealed as Deathstroke some time ago when Ben Affleck, who was then still directing the movie, shared a camera test featuring the fan-favorite villain looking menacing. Since then, Affleck has decided against taking the helm of the Cape Crusaders solo outing, and Matt Reeves, War for the Planet of the Apes, is completely rewriting his and Jeff Johns' screenplay. Something that's left Deathstroke's big screen feature very much in the air. Joe Manganiello isn't pleased about this. Speaking to them, here's a question. Do you have... I think a lot of people are wondering what the status of Deathstroke is in the next Batman movie, now that Ben Affleck is off the project as director. Do you have any information about that? From Joe.
I don't. Well, I do, but nothing I can share. I know everything, but I can't say any of it.
Was that imparted in a happy way or a downtrodden way? I'm trying to interpret the fluctuations in your tone.
Fluctuations? What?
Fluctuations.
I'm shooting for a neutral tone.
You're succeeding.
Thanks.
Any idea when we'll find out?
It's not up to me. That's a good question for Warner Brothers and DC.
That reenactment was brought to you by
The letter B.
Parquet because it's not butter.
Warner Brothers, we cannot answer that question.
I don't think we're going to have him in it anymore. Can we get that Torch Boy in it? Can we get him as the bad guy?
Oh, yeah, Torch Boy, yeah.
No, the Sony must have the Torch Boy rights.
But we already got the showers. Oh. Anyways, what? Can Ares come back?
Are we making Nazi jokes now?
I don't know what we're doing.
Do we need to edit this out?
No.
Hey, did you guys see the news story about how they were upset with Ares? It was like after we did the podcast,
Yes,
and I was
yes.
bitching about Professor Lupkin.
Yes. I think people listen to our show in Hollywood.
I think secretly they do. They must secretly.
So let's just say that.
So what you're saying is David Thewlis is typecast.
No, what I'm saying is my offer to be Kirsten Johnson's, Fluffer Boy. Kristen Bell, sorry.
Oh,
Fluffer Boy is still standing. If her agent is listening.
Well, next listener feedback is
Jason
from
C.
Kristen.
Brown ain't doing anything for me on that avenue.
let's say Kristen Johnson wouldn't be bad.
Yo,
to
that
be
too.
Fluffer
That's-
too either.
It's true. I
Let's
got my
just-
Kristens mixed up.
Can we just say Deathstroke is not going to be in the Batman?
That's what it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to be that guy's fluffer.
Oh no, he's pretty well hung.
That's
well
why he's called
endowed.
Deathstroke.
That is a Deathstroke right there. Whack across the face. There is your news of the geek.
Wow! It's time to grab your balls of fury. It's Plotlines with Jeff and Jason.
And Blake.
Don't forget Blake and Jeannie.
Boy.
We wish Jeannie was here.
What is plot lines usually, Jeff?
Plotlines usually is someone gives us the name of a movie
And a year.
and a year, so we can differentiate
Reference.
between opposite movies and a point in time, so we can at least guess. But we try to guess what the plot of the movie and who may have starred in the movie based solely on the year and the title.
Yes.
But we're doing a reverse plot line this week.
Yes. And this is from Doctor Number One. What is this, Jeff? What's he saying?
Doctor Number One said he wants a reverse plot line. He gives us the actors, and we give a movie idea with them.
Okay.
What about a title? We can give a title.
We could do a title.
We'll
Okay.
do a title and a plot for
And
that.
this can be cooperative, or we can go on our own. I call it, instead of reverse plot lines, I want to call it bizarro plot lines. Bizarro.
Bizarro.
It's the opposite. From Superman.
Anti-plot lines?
Yes.
But here we go. Ready?
Okay, who's the actors?
Meg Ryan, Kevin James,
Not an actor.
and Jada Pinkett.
Okay. Okay. Before we go on, what's that one? Shitting with Kevin, or what's that? His show? Standing Kevin. Or what's the show?
Kevin Can Wait?
Yeah, whatever. We just heard before off air that they are killing his wife off in that show.
Yes, we knew the actress was leaving the show under bad circumstances.
Yes.
And
Well, good for her because she doesn't have to
because
work
she
with
doesn't
Kevin
work
James.
Yeah, you
Was this a Scientology plot?
No, that's Leah Remini. She's coming onto the show.
I know, that's why they killed the other lady.
Leah
Allegedly.
Remini is like public enemy number one for Scientologists
True.
right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm tying in the Scientology thing.
Don't get
No, I have Scientology. If you're listening, I apologize, and everything I said was
don't.
false and made up, and I apologize profusely.
We support your religion.
Yes.
Yes.
My check's in the mail.
No, I don't.
Yep. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so moving on. Shut up. Moving on. Anyways, so bizarro plot lines. We gotta make a plot for Meg Ryan, Kevin James, and Jada Pinkett.
Okay.
Okay.
All I know is somewhere in the movie, Meg Ryan's face kind of has to melt off.
Okay.
Jada Pinkett has to act like she's superior to everyone when she knows she really isn't.
Okay.
And Kevin James has to eat something funny.
Okay, I got this one for you. I've got Jada Pinkett Smith is a mob boss. She hires Meg Ryan, aka Catwoman, to steal something from her, and she's in direct fight
From her or for her?
for her, and she's stealing from Kevin James, aka the Penguin.
So you want to make a Batman movie?
Yes, without Batman.
So you want Fish Mooney?
Maybe Batman could be like a young kid in it. Maybe 11. You know, not yet Batman, and so Jada Pinkett Smith is trying to, control Gotham. Gotham, maybe. Yeah, there you go. I could call it Gotham.
No,
I got it.
No, I
Done.
can't agree to that.
Nope, there you go. There you go. That's my movie.
Okay, I won't watch that movie.
Neither a TV show.
Well, why don't you put Kevin James in it?
Well, he's got to be. He's included in the game thing. I
Well,
got to
yeah,
put him
but
in.
you made him the Penguin.
I didn't say he's talking.
I thought it would be.
He'd be closer to Butch than the Penguin.
I was gonna say it'd be Butch.
No, he's going to be in a penguin outfit. He's not the real penguin.
Oh,
he's just a penguin
walking around
outfit.
going, and you're throwing fish at him.
Yep.
Oh, I thought he could play. I thought he could play like a knockoff UPS man or a bad security guard.
Okay, good call. Good call. Does he have a segue?
You know what? I think we need to get Kevin James to direct this
Mm-hmm.
and have someone try to turn him into a walrus.
Oh, that's a good one. You mean Kevin Smith direct it?
Oh, that's a Kevin James.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Kevin
Get
Smith
to direct Kevin James, and Fish Mooney is turning him into a walrus
Mm-hmm.
with.
Meg Ryan is
Meg Ryan
Catwoman.
will be not Catwoman. She's an evil scientist. She's the one doing all the.
Oh, Poison Ivy.
No,
I'm a botanist.
she's the
Doctor
the-
Strange.
Who was
Dr. Hugo
the
Strange?
crazy guy who gave her
Captain Freeze?
Was that
Mr. Freeze?
The Mad Hatter.
no the
Cheetah?
Who are you talking
Joker?
about?
Riddler?
in Gotham the guy who cut out her eye or who replaced Fish Mooney's eye?
Oh yeah, that guy.
Just a female version of that.
Oh,
guy.
the Creeper.
Yeah, whatever his name.
Whatever.
No,
it
that's not
is.
true.
But just
Creepy Island scientist guy.
yeah, just
Dr.
Meg Ryan
Moreau.
will just be the yes. He'll Meg
This
Ryan.
is
will-
awful,
It's
Jeff.
a
Shut
new
up.
Dr. Moreau.
Okay,
it's a
there
new
you go.
island of Dr. Moreau.
Okay.
And Meg Ryan's a creepy scientist.
Who's Fish Moon?
His
Or
face is
who's
melting.
Jada?
She's the person who
gets stranded on the island.
No,
from a
she's the
shipwreck.
person who she's working for Dr. Moreau to lure people to the island.
Okay, and Kevin James is a walrus.
And Kevin James is a
I
walrus.
got you. What's it going to be called?
They make
I am
Kevin
the
James
walrus.
a walrus.
New Island of Dr.
It's
Moreau.
a horrible name, but I'm with you on it.
I love it.
Blake, you in with this?
No, I just expanded on our resident feminists, Amy Whalen, who responded.
What did Amy say?
Amy said it's Meg and Jada are married and navigating life as two people that may be growing apart.
Okay.
They decide to start a business to reconnect, and Kevin James cleans toilets at that business and doesn't talk at all.
I like it.
Now, she didn't name it, but I'm going to change Kevin's role to a gender fluid, non-binary mute.
Okay.
And the title is actually called Two Binaries and a Non.
I like to bear 2 binaries and a nun. Maybe you could be a nun.
We could do that too.
I'll go with that.
Binaries and a nun on the run.
No, that's too far. It's too
I'm
far.
sorry.
No, I only bring up the gender fluid thing because the Roseanne, if you've seen the news in the past day or two, the new Roseanne's going to have a gender fluid son, and apparently everybody's going nutso bonkers about it.
But DJ, I thought, came out in real life.
The young son,
the grandchild of Roseanne.
Okay.
The one young child is
Allegedly, he came out.
you know, they're gonna make a gender fluid character, and a lot of stodgy traditionalists and old Roseanne fans are a little upset by it because they're not like rebooting the thing.
You know, here's the funny thing.
They expected a reboot?
they're-
I mean, it's going to be a
Well, they're-
continuation, ignoring the last season.
yeah,
of Dan's
well,
death.
yeah, essentially still a
Here's the
reboot.
The
best-
question is, are they bringing back Baby Jerry
Who's Baby Jerry?
when Roseanne had a baby?
I don't remember.
Towards the end of
I
the
never
run?
watched the show. I watched maybe a couple episodes here and there. My wife likes
When
it.
Roseanne had a baby in real life, they
Put it in.
put it in the show, and so they had a baby, and they named him Jerry Garcia Connor.
Oh. Here's the thing. You know, these people, the loyalists that, you know, to Roseanne, oh, we're not watching it. Yeah, you will.
Yeah, and I'm like, but the people who liked Roseanne and watched Roseanne are the ones that would agree with this script. I mean, if you're a fan of Roseanne's, this seems like something Roseanne would do. And how can you say,
Yeah.
oh my God, I like Roseanne, but I'm against this?
Yeah, and you know, it was basically a middle class family dealing with a lot of problems common to the day, and you know, and apparently, you know, this is a edgy decision by them.
Can we talk about one good show that looks awesome?
Yeah.
uh,
For reverse plot lines?
No. Mindhunter. Have you seen this?
No.
It's 2 FBI agents try to do an investigation odyssey to discover the brutal answers of serial killers back in the 60s, and if they're born that way or if they're created. And it's on Netflix. It's coming out in October. It looks fucking awesome. David
Well,
Fincher is in charge of
Lady
it.
Gaga already said you're born that way.
I'm trying to make a serious thing. On a side note, did you see Netflix is $20 billion is carrying
My
$20
friend
billion
Dahmer?
$20 billion in debt.
Oh,
Did you
probably
see
because
that?
they're like making things like My Friend Dahmer.
Yeah, is
Or is
that
that a different?
I think that might be someone
Is
different.
a different?
Somebody's making something called My Friend Dahmer.
It's about his high school years.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer.
I think
Thank
it's,
you.
I think it's
Exactly.
because they spent 120 million on the Get Down and 100 million on Marco Polo. So, and they said
But that
that
just means they're $220 million in debt, not
20 billion.
billion.
They're not in debt. They're just carrying that debt.
Carrying debt.
Well, you know, if
And they
they
said
made
they're
more MST3K, they'd cover that.
They learned what deficit spending is all about.
They said the investors are not worried yet. It's like, wow.
You have to spend money to make money. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're putting out a quality product, and they then assume that the public will come.
Sure.
If you build it, he will come.
Just don't spend 120 million on the Get Down.
If they're taking shots, I'll give them credit for attempting.
You know what? I don't want them to fail. Trust me, I don't want them to
I'd
fail.
love for every show they make to be good.
Yeah. They said
Some things are going to miss, and hopefully you can, remediate the losses or whatnot. But
they said part of the issue is that some of their most popular shows, they don't own the rights to them. They have to pay for those rights. Like Orange is the New Black. They don't own that.
Seriously?
Yeah. I was reading that in the article. Orange is the New Black has been costing more and more, so that's why they're saying it's probably only going to go one more season.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
From what I understand, it's pretty close to running its course anyway.
Stranger Things they own,
Yeah.
and they said that one's a little bit smaller price, so it's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, eight episodes and
Yeah,
not
but a lot of the other ones, I can't remember all of them, but a lot of the more popular ones, they don't own. They have to buy the rights
I
to.
saw they canceled Sense8.
That was another one, and they said that was expensive.
Did they not own that one, or
No, they had the rights, I think, to that one.
Okay.
It was another studio made it and then sold it to Netflix and all that
gotcha.
stuff. So there was a lot of issues. Marco Polo, I think they may have owned, or it was somebody else, but it still was $100 million. And they said they did 2 seasons and nobody could get past it because they said it was boring.
I didn't even know that it was on.
Yeah. So okay, let's do some box office bombs.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, box office bombs per 411mania.com. Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets, was hoping for good news after a terrible opening week, but alas, it was
did
not
not.
to be. The Luke Besson directed sci-fi
Time
film.
out. Luak Biasan. Sorry.
Sci-fi film was down a roughly 60% in its second weekend with just 6.8 million.
That is awful.
60% drop is what expected on maybe huge films
Yes.
when they like do 100 and some million
Yeah.
for 1 week.
Spider-Man: Homecoming didn't even drop that much.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman didn't even drop that much.
Wow. 60% drop. Poor showing considering how bad it started, bringing its total thus far to 30.6 million domestically and another 35.1 million worldwide. It's a result that is nothing short of disastrous, and it won't get much higher than 40 million domestically. With a $177 million production budget, huge money loser.
I just like that. Well, it cost $170 million. We made 40 possibly.
And it's usually okay if it's a big studio absorbing the losses. I'm sure there are people who are losing their entire life savings on this. Or
It is now up to 60 million total worldwide. That's the numbers. After they revised them in that,
Yeah.
it debuted at number 5 this week. Number 8.
so as I read the top 5, you will notice Valerian not on there.
Yeah.
Number 1 this week, Dunkirk made another 28 million, a total of 103 million on a $100 million budget.
Good job.
The OG movie made 26 million in its opening week on a budget of 50 million.
Come on, America. Why did you see this? Why?
Did your wife take
No.
the son yet?
No.
She going to try to find a way out of this,
Yep.
or Girl Trip made another 20 million, a total 65 million on a $19 million budget.
Sounds like a stereotypical trope of a movie. I'm rooting for that above the Emoji Movie at this point.
Sounds like Girl Trip 2's on the way.
That's right.
Yep, I think they'll probably make about 4 Girl Trip movies before it's all said and done.
As long as they don't make an Emoji Movie 2, I'm fine with that.
Atomic Blonde made 19 million in its opening weekend on a budget of 30 million.
They
I
said
think
they
were
were
disappointed by that, weren't they?
They said they were hoping 20 to 25, but they said it was an unknown property. They said they thought Charlize could open a little bit better, especially after Mad Max did well.
Yeah.
But they said they weren't too disappointed in it because it's still going to make money, especially when you
Yeah,
do worldwide.
I'm a little surprised that it was only a $30 million budget. I mean, it looks like it'd be a bigger, just, effects and stunts and whatnot would cost
And
30
Charlize
million.
used to make 15 million a film, so I'm wondering if she's just taking the back end.
Maybe.
Possibly, I don't know. But I'm rooting for it. It looks good. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
I'm probably not going to see it in the theater. I'll wait till it's in Redbox or something.
Wait until
Which
you're
Redbox?
wait until you're home and alone.
Captain Admiral Kirk did say that they do get a lot of discounts. He gets about 2 a week for Redbox.
Yeah, I saw that. He
So
said he
just
had
let you guys know.
buy
There's
one day,
coupons.
get one free or something like that.
Yes,
Just do financial advising.
maybe.
And
Give us financial advisor tips.
number 5, Spider-Man: Homecoming made 13.5 million, a total of 278.5 million on a budget of 175 million.
You might want to give Netflix budget ideas. Guys, don't carry $20 billion in debt. Okay, so anyone care that? Let me see here. Valerina or whatever.
Valerian.
Yeah. War for the Planet of the Apes and Despicable Me were above it. So, what, are we going to say you think it's going to be in the top 15 next week? Valerian.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it'll. I mean, other things are going to drop completely off. Not a whole lot new opening, so I think it'll still be in the top 15.
Okay.
I think it's time for it to throw up the white flag.
No other film came close. The only other one that came close to dropping that much was the horror movie Wish Upon. That dropped 62%. Ooh. So, but that only had a budget of $12 million.
Yeah, that already made its money back.
It made $13 million. It's fine. Valerian, well, they need about $150 million more.
That's coming from nowhere.
No. What's it coming up, Jeff?
Coming up.
Valerian
August
2,
4th.
Chocolat.
Valerian 3, The Search for Money.
Planet of Hershey. Oh, wait, that's Pennsylvania.
Coming up August 4th, we have The Dark Tower, which I'm excited about.
I have no desire to see this. This looks typical.
Is that movie based on the board game?
No, it is not based on the board game. That would be interesting, though. But it's based on the Stephen King book series,
I know.
starring Idris Elba as Jason did his impersonation.
And his enlarged penis. I think it could be good, but I feel like it's a lot. They're gearing towards more action than anything else.
The
books action?
I never read the books, so
Okay.
I can't tell you. I'm sure there's action in them.
I just want to see Matthew McConaughey play the devil. All right, I got your soul here. Yes,
I'm driving in a circle. It's
Yeah.
flat and
You know, it smells like brimstone, but that's
Hop into
okay.
my Buick.
The demons
I'll
get
drive
older,
you
but I
around.
stay the same age.
We're going to get
I did that
tacos
wrong.
tonight. I'm the one driving.
all right. Also coming out is Kidnap. Trying to remember which one that was.
About somebody that gets kidnapped.
Thanks. I couldn't have figured that much out.
Is it about a human bondage movie?
It's let's see here. It stars Halle Berry. Wow, take a drink. She's back.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I saw an ad for
Oh.
that, and I'm thinking, didn't she do this movie 10 years ago? I thought it was like it's going to be on USA next weekend, and I'm like,
It's not
coming
going to
in
do well.
theaters. I
No,
went-
hold on. It's a reboot.
it looked like something she's done already. I can't.
Here's the issue. It's not going to be good. It's an hour and 29 minutes. It doesn't even hit the 90-minute mark.
Oh, a non-cartoon has
Yep.
to be at least 90 minutes.
At least. Let's see here. Also, I didn't have it. The intern didn't have it on here, but it is opening in wider release Detroit, based on the true story in the 1960s. John Boyega is in it, but the
Torch
cops.
Boy?
No. That's Michael B. Jordan.
Oh.
John Boyega is from
Finn
Star
from
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah. No, about the it's it's a documentary made into a movie about the police killing 3 African Americans during the Detroit riots and everything else, or starting the riots.
I thought it was how the city was starting to go bankrupt.
No,
You said it was based on a true story.
that's Netflix.
No, that's the city of Detroit.
Netflix. In 20 years, the Netflix documentary about them going belly up is called Netflix Detroit Part 2.
Sure.
Never mind. Shut
See,
up.
it's actually how an evil chemical engineer lays out the entire waterworks and lead pipes.
No, it wouldn't be called Detroit. It would be
Oh.
called Flint.
Flint. Oh, sorry.
Anyways, what do we got next, Jeff?
Well, buy, sell.
We buy it and sell the stock. That's the only options. We're not holding.
Charlize Theron.
Sell.
Buy.
Sell.
Buy.
I think she's peaked.
I
Think so.
I just wanted as much Charlize Theron stock thrown on top of me as possible.
Only if she does 3 days in the valley. What else?
T.J. Miller.
Sell. Fuck him.
Sell. I think
Piece of
it-
shit.
I think his career is about ready to crash.
I hope it does.
Which guy's T.J. Miller?
He was in Deadpool. He was the bartender. He was on Silicon
Oh,
Valley.
yeah,
He was making stupid, arrogant piece
Yeah,
of
that's
shit.
right. We talked
comments.
about that last week.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
him.
Sell.
And somebody named Jake Austin.
Who's that?
I don't know.
I guess I'll buy because he's obviously cheap at the moment.
Penny stock. who might be good.
Jake Austin was in
Dunkirk,
Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde.
Maybe?
Oh, are all these from Atomic Blonde? Is
I have no. T.J. Miller is from Emoji Movie.
Oh, ugh.
Yeah. So,
Sure, Atomic Blonde.
I don't know what he was in.
Yeah. Well, where's
I'll buy.
the
He's
intern?
got to be cheap.
Yeah.
Right?
Since no one knows who
Yeah,
he
you
is.
should buy them.
He was in the Fosters, Wizards of Waverly Place. Why the fuck is he on here?
I
Is he a
don't know.
Disney kid?
Sounds like it if he was in the Wizards of Waverly Place.
Jake, what did you do? What movies have you
Did he have nothing that came out this week or next week?
Oh, he was in the Emoji Movie.
Oh,
He was,
Sal.
he was the lead.
His voice character.
Yes.
All right.
He was Blue Beetle in Justice League versus the Teen Titans and
He
the
was the
Judas Contract.
smiley
So he
face.
does voice work.
Yes. So there you go. He was Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn.
Huckleberry.
Yeah. I'll be
Huckleberry.
a Huckleberry.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
He was Fernando in Rio 2. Well, I'm selling him now. Fuck him. He was also in Rio. Jeez.
So I'm assuming he's very low, and for a voice actor, yeah, I'd probably buy his stock.
Yeah, I will too, actually. He's in The Valley, not an animated show.
Not 2 days.
No, 3 days.
3 Days in the Valley. Whose valley?
My Valley. Sweet Valley.
Oh, I don't want to be in your valley.
Sweet Valley High.
Mendocino Valley.
Everybody loves Mendocino. So close to San Diego, they could take a day trip.
So it's
only an hour away.
Bombs. All right, that music is still our old copyright free that we found in the bowels of GarageBand.
In my valley.
It is not our new great intro music written by one of our fans that wants to provide us with new great intro music.
We're begging. Anyways, what's our top 5 this week, Jeff?
Our top 5 this week, top 5 female-led action films.
Okay. We've done top 5 badass female characters, but never female-led action films.
Yes.
So, Jeff, you go first. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Wonder Woman.
That's my number 5.
Yay!
Ha.
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board. It's a great film.
Yeah, it's a great film. I think we've talked about it a lot in
Yes.
recent weeks. And, well, Blake's kind of had me rethinking the third act there, and I'm like, oh. So that's why it's 5 instead of higher. I was like, oh, maybe the end could have been a little better. Blake's got me confused.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin that for you.
Yes, you did.
But I still gave the movie an A+.
B minus. My number 5 was Wonder Woman. Blake, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is not really that great of a movie, but it had Bridget Fonda in it. Mm-hmm. And I had a thing for Bridget Fonda back in the day. And
Okay.
that's Point of No Return.
Good movie. Good movie.
I've not seen it.
It was yeah.
I will say, and I hope I'm not screwing anybody up, I'm putting the movie that it was based on in my honorable mentions.
Ah,
La
so
Femme
you,
Nikita.
yeah, you had the French version.
The problem is I haven't seen that either, but I saw the Petta Wilson TV show that I really, really liked.
So you're going through it.
So I'm throwing it as an honorable mention.
Okay. Blake, what's your number 4?
All right, my number 4 was Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Linda
Okay.
Hamilton.
Wow.
Because it basically starred her basically
Yeah.
being a badass.
She
and
was a good badass in it,
became a great badass.
but I thought it was a weak film.
Well,
And it had all that time travel shit.
yeah. But it had a female character in the lead, and this is about female empowerment.
Yeah.
So I chose it.
My number 4 was a tie. I hope he did.
Of course you did.
Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2.
That's my number 1.
Really? I thought it'd be like number 2 or 3 for you.
I couldn't put Kill Bill in there because I'd never actually sat through an entire movie of Kill Bill. I've seen 5 to 10 minute, 15-minute snippets of it, but I've never watched the entire thing.
I think the first episode.
And I have no desire to. That's the weird thing.
The first one I thought was a better One
Yeah,
that the second.
Volume 1 was a little stronger than Volume 2, but I'd look at them as one film.
Yes.
Just one 4-hour film.
I didn't like his Superman thing at the end. I thought that was forced.
I kind of liked it. That's what he was driving for the whole time. I think he wanted to just put that scene in the movie and run the movie around that scene.
But I enjoyed it, and Uma Thurman kicked ass. The only thing that scared me was her toes.
Yeah, she doesn't have, well, not like anybody's feet are that great looking, but hers are.
How do you know those weren't toe doubles?
It could have been. They could have been David Carradine's toes.
correct.
That could have been awful. I don't want to see his toes either.
They might have brought in a bad toe actress model
But,
for that specifically.
Just for that, as a double.
Exactly.
But,
because think about it, if you're Uma Thurman, do you really want people sitting there going, "Are those her real toes?" I mean, no,
You don't.
You don't.
But that's why you get someone with.
That's why you
better
get a
looking
body
feet.
double. That's why you get a body double with shitty feet.
That's true, because then you don't have the people with foot fetishes following her around. Good call. I'm not going to jack off to that.
Or maybe they do. I don't know.
No, I just say you gotta love the scene where she fights the crazy 88.
Yes.
Followed by the one-on-one with Oranishi.
With the snow coming down.
Yeah.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is, well, we'll go into another Lucy Liu movie, Charlie's Angels.
I thought about that one. I'll put that on my honorable mentions. I enjoyed the first one.
I'm actually putting both of them on there because I think they kind of go hand in hand.
No, the whole Cameron Diaz opening scene dancing in her underwear.
Yes.
That's all I gotta watch.
That's why it made my list.
Oh, that's it, just for the first opening
Well,
scene?
it was fun regardless, but that
Yes.
scene is why it's in the top 5 as opposed to top 10 or something.
Yeah.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is, well, we talked about Quentin Tarantino already, so I'll go with another Quentin Tarantino movie, and I want Death Proof.
Okay.
No, I never saw it.
I didn't think that was a strong enough film.
Yeah, but it had Rosario Dawson kicking some
did.
ass. So,
It did.
So that's why it made my list.
I like the other one because it had Rose McGowan with a gun for her foot or her leg.
Yeah, but that was not a female-led action movie.
I didn't say I was going to put it on the list. I just said I like the other one. They came hand in hand. Or leg and leg. My number 3 is a German film. I've talked about this several times. I love it.
Run, Lola, Run.
There you go. Love that movie. Run, Lola, Run.
Heard of it.
Great film. Basically, she's trying to save her boyfriend from getting killed by
Mafia.
gangsters. Yeah, because of robbing a bank and
And it's pretty much real time, isn't it?
yeah. 90 minutes of real time. That's when it's okay to be under 90 minutes. And I actually like the soundtrack. It's the German beat music.
Nihilist, German nihilist music.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
Where's the money, Lebowski?
We still want the money. You don't have it. We still want the money.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're just nihilist. You don't believe in anything.
We still want the money. We've earned
Still
our
want
explicit
some
rating
money.
this week. Blake, what's your number 3?
My number 3 goes back a couple years. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Christy Swanson.
Good movie.
Thank you.
I like that movie.
I would give that an honorable mention because
Oh, it spun off an
show-
entire TV series for
Yeah.
several years.
But I think the movie fell short.
Okay.
Just my opinion.
Was it under 90 minutes?
Not that short.
Oh, Rubens was awesome in it. Next to Charity from Matrix 2 or 3, that's the best death scene ever. The longest death scene. Was that Charity?
Look like
Trinity?
it. Trinity.
It'd
Yeah.
better if it was named Charity. What's your number 2, Blake?
My number 2 is a number 2 in a movie series, Kick-Ass 2.
Oh,
I would qualify this with Clorette's, Chloe Moretz.
yes.
Yes.
I would clarify this with Clorette's because it was more about her than the guy. Than Kick-Ass.
When you said it was about number 2 in the movie, I thought you were going to say Bridesmaids.
I
No,
was an emoji movie.
that's a different kind of action movie.
Shit in a sink.
That was not the action movie we were looking for.
2, for me, I actually had to take this from one of our listeners because he made me rethink it. Rogue One. I love that movie.
I consider that a space opera.
Let's not get into this.
It's still action-y.
Yes.
They have actions in it.
See, I didn't put 2 movies on this thing. I'll wait until we're done.
All right.
But Rogue One was one I didn't put on there because I don't know if I would actually classify it as an action movie.
Okay.
All right.
I did sci-fi.
I'm going
I thought
by
it was sci-fi action.
female-led action films.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Well, Well, it's Rogue One. Anyways, Jeff, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is the Hunger Games movies.
Oh, yeah.
I did like them. I know you didn't. But...
I've never seen them.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Oh, I didn't think you wanted to.
No, I wanted to. I've never seen them.
That's my number 1, Hunger
Oh,
Games.
I didn't mean to steal it.
Yes, with J-Law, Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, yes.
Very much so. The first one. I didn't include 2 and 3 because those were kind of crappy.
Here's
What
a
about
fourth.
4?
That too. Obviously, I didn't count that high.
I'll include the first 2. The
yeah,
third and fourth, not as
2.
much.
Okay, but the first one was the best.
And number 1. Oh, sorry.
What? No.
Oh, your
my
number 1 was Kill Bill?
Kill Bill, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
My number 1, Kick-Ass. The first one. I love Kick-Ass. And I thought that was...
Chloe Moretz was
I thought she was still the lead.
not a lead character in that movie.
No.
I
don't know.
I would.
She was more of a supporting cast. She was a supporting actor
I would
with
still
Nick
say
Cage.
Quicksilver was the lead in that movie.
Yeah.
Aaron thing, whatever.
Aaron Tyler Johnson,
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Kick ass.
or
was
the other
lead.
Quicksilver who was in the movie too. Evan Peters. They were both Quicksilvers were in the movie.
I see. That's where I have a problem.
Moretz gets third.
But that's okay. You can.
No, but I'll
Hey,
put it
it's
this way.
your list. It's
I'll put it
Hobie.
this way.
It's your list.
Florence
You're right.
gets third
You're
billing.
right
She
until
gets-
proven wrong.
Yeah, she gets third billing, and it probably wasn't supposed to be her starring vehicle, but she's
Yeah.
the one that walked out of the movie as the best part
Yes.
of it.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
I thought she was probably one of the.
I don't know, the Red Tornado guy at the... I like
No,
him.
Yeah.
Clorette's was the best part of that.
I think
movie.
Clorette's scene in there when she goes in.
Okay,
to kick-
fine. You know what?
to
I'll
kick
switch
ass.
it. I'll add Kick-Ass 2 to it because I really like Kick-Ass
All right,
2.
there you go. I'm not going to argue with that.
What's your number 1, Blake? Hunger
It
Games?
was Hunger Games.
Okay. Anyone
Now,
have
I have some honorable mentions. I had the first original Resident Evil. with
Oh, I
Milla
didn't even think of that.
Jovovich.
I think of that more as a horror movie, not as an action film.
Sure, you're allowed to think that. And then I had Sicario with Emily Blunt.
I think of that as more of a drama and
That's
not
fine.
an action.
I
never saw Sicario
I didn't put Wonder Woman in there as an action. And then so I specifically didn't put Wonder Woman or Rogue One
Okay.
in this list because I don't consider them action films.
I could see your reasoning for it. I have no issue with that.
Yeah. But you can if you want.
We had some listener picks. Ray Meebers.
Mibers.
R. Mibers. Is he related to Trico?
Trico? Trico?
Number 5, Sucker Punch.
Trico?
Number 4, Kill Bill. 3, Aliens. 2, Force Awakens / Rogue One. It's a tie. He OB'd it. And number 1, The Long Kiss Goodnight. That was a good movie, too.
Never saw it.
From Dev, the side guy. He had 5, Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle. 4, Kill Bill 1 and 2. 3, Barbed Wire. Oh, God.
I mean, no, I read that and I'm like, he's trolling us.
Number 2, Salt with Angeline. And number 1, Charlie's Angels. Fuck you. We actually enjoy Charlie's Angels. I think he does too, actually.
I'm like, I didn't know if he was trying to troll us or if he was right. And
Honorable mention, Miss Congeniality and The Heat. I think those are comedies, or try to be.
but they're action comedies.
Kevin
I never saw Miss Congeniality. I only saw Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous.
Yeah, thanks for that, Jeff. Wanda Sykes. Enough said. Kevin,
Wanda Sykes was the best thing of the movie.
and that's why I said
she in
enough
it?
said. Yeah, she was. Kevin at Cincy Explorer, in no particular order, because I would need more time to think. Wonder Woman, Force Awakens, Rogue One, Alien, and Aliens. From Doug, Ape Hands. He had Tangled, Mulan, Rogue One, Brave, and Moana.
I said action films, not animated.
You can have animation with action.
We have a lot on our Facebook page at the History of Bad Ideas. We had a couple more. Mimi, she had Trolls, Beauty and the Beast, Brave, Moana, and Frozen. Let's see here. Chris Richardson, g'day, mate!
Hello, Becca.
Less than 8 weeks, you'll be over the pond.
It's that soon, isn't it?
You'll be over here in America.
I reckon he did ask what the weather was like in September in Cincinnati.
That's if Supreme Overlord Trump doesn't prohibit you from entering the country, you nasty immigrant.
Down the hall.
Sorry, folks. Country's closed. Moose outside should have told you.
Anyways, he did ask what the weather was like in September. I said, bring a winter coat and a shorts. That's about it. You don't know in September.
September, it's still usually pretty warm.
It's a warm enough, yeah. Let's see. The Long Kiss Goodnight.
I say, bring some knickers.
The Long Kiss.
Don't tell them to bring pants because that's their underwear.
The
Well, no, actually, you should probably bring that too.
I should remember that too.
The Long Kiss Goodnight. Red Eye. The River Wild. Love The River Wild.
Really?
Yeah, I like that movie.
Okay.
Kill Bill 1 and 2. And The Brave One.
I never saw the Brave one. I did really like Red Eye, but it's been a while since I've seen it. I probably need to go back and rewatch it.
Your sister, Sister C.
I have a question.
Sister C.
If Brexit goes into effect before they come here, Comic-Con,
Comic Expo.
Comic Expo, is he still allowed in the country?
Maybe.
I don't know.
What happens if it goes into effect when they're here? Can they can they get back into their own country?
Yeah, I don't know. What about
I guess we're staying at Jeff's house.
It's like, I'm sorry, this is the old passports. You need the new non-EU passports.
I don't know how my wife would take. Yeah, we got 2 Brits living in the basement.
And now I'm going to have to call ICE on your ass for harboring illegal immigrants in
What are
your
you talking
basement.
about? They're going to be living in your 600 square foot house that moves on wheels.
What about podcast broadcasting rights?
Wait a minute.
How's that going to work?
Wait a minute. Anyways, Sister C had the Hunger Game movies, Kill Bill 1 and 2, Sicario, Wonder Woman, and Silence of the Lambs. Let's see here.
Action movie.
Matthew McDonald, Waffle Daddy, had Tank Girl, Josie and the Pussycats. Nope.
Not an action movie.
Spice World. Tell me what you want, what you really, really
I'll
want.
tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
I want.
I really, really, really want a Zigga Zigga.
You know what? We were driving back from Florida, and all the single ladies came on the radio from Beyonce.
And you realize you were singing it wrong the whole time?
I was just going to say that. I have been singing it wrong. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. Number 2, Aliens. Number 1, Alien. So there's some good ones. And finally, we got a couple from Twitter here at Bad Ideas comments. Podcast, whatever.
Bad Ideas comments. I like
Randall Holt, RJ Holt 666. He had Rogue One, Kick-Ass, Alien, and Aliens, Kill Bill 1 and 2, and Wonder Woman. Yes, I know she wasn't the star, but Clorettes to Kick-Ass. So there you go, Blake.
There you go.
Let's see.
Clorettes.
Let's see here. Your brother Riggins. He had not Ghostbusters at number 5. Number 4, Rogue One. 3, Kill Bill 1 and 2. 2 was Alien. And number 1 was Aliens. So there you go. We also do have some...
So as you
Sigourney
can
Weaver
tell,
was more ass-kicking in Aliens.
yes, she was.
Aliens, she was just surviving.
She's pretty ass-kicking in Alien Cubes, too.
True.
Jeannie, who's supposed to be on our show, but because technology sucks. Let's see here. She had... she had
Not there.
Aliens,
There.
Kill Bill, Lady Vengeance, Fifth Element, and Long Kiss Goodbye. So, and
Goodbye or good night?
good night, whatever. Doctor Number 1 had good.
He's going to ruin it.
You ready? Number 5, Forrest Hump. Number 4, Twin Cheeks. 3,
I sense a theme.
Schindler's Fist. Number 2, Jurassic Pork. And number 1, Nailin Palin. He did say he likes films with plot and fine acting. So that's why. So there is...
I heard there were lots of actions in those movies.
Yes. So there's your history of bad ideas for the week. We apologize to Jeannie and to our listeners. We will have Jeannie back in 2 weeks. And
As long as technology agrees
we will get
with
it.
us.
And bad idea of the week, number 17. I think we've done that before. 18?
Oh, I thought you go 16.
16. Let's go 16. Skype.
Skype.
Just fuck it.
Skype updates.
Skype updates.
Fuck your updates, Skype.
So Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You were listening to Hobie.